generation. We grew up
dangerous missions before they climb into the cockpit of a fighter jet, before they defend our borders and keep American skies safe above us. These young men will play football for the service academies, training them for duty. Soon they will work side by side defending our country, but not today. Up next from West Point, it's Army and Air Force. Like a postcard every week, another picturesque Saturday here on CBS Sports Network for Army football. And today's matchup between the Air Force Falcons and the Army Black Knights is being brought to you in high definition by LG. A look at the core, they're ready. So too are the Black Knights and the Falcons of Air Force for their 47th all-time meeting here. And this is leg one for the Army Black Knights in the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy battle. A round-robin competition between Air Force, Army, and Navy, and the Black Knights are trying to win this competition and claim the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy for the first time since 1996. The Black Knights are ready to come onto the field, and they are getting a little assistance as they'll come out and touch the plaque, as that is General Martin Dempsey holding that famous plaque here, those words uttered many years ago by George C. Marshall. That is the mission today, to beat Air Force here at Michie Stadium. And it was just 5 days ago, folks, that Hurricane Sandy struck the tri-state area, much of the eastern seaboard, about an hour south of here. We hope for the fans here and those of you watching here today on television, this can be a bit of an escape and get your thoughts in a positive directions after Hurricane Sandy. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you once again here from West Point, and certainly we're praying for all those families affected, and virtually every member on our crew here is from the tri-state area. We're glad they're here. We're glad they're safe, and we're looking forward to bringing you a very exciting game here today between Army and Air Force. Now, the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy, it started some 41 years ago. It is a special trophy. Air Force has already played its first leg. They lost to Army back on October the 6th. So, Randy, a fresh start for the Black Knights here today. And certainly, the quarterbacks are going to be key in this one.
Yeah, I mean, these offenses are very similar, almost mirror images. There are some things that they are different in. One thing, they are exactly alike. And Legal Zoom iVision will show you both these teams have very dynamic running quarterbacks. Connor Dietz here of Air Force taking advantage of a misread by the defense. He picks up the extra yards and makes them pay. Now watch Trent Steelman. He really is. If there's a heart of this offense, it's their quarterback, Trent Steelman. The linebackers trying to flow over the top. The guard gets a piece. He can't really allow for the quarterback. When he can't allow for the quarterback, that run is up the field. And there's such a sort of electricity to this matchup between these two academies.
There really is. It's certainly the academy pride on the line, the military pride on the line, and we're represented in both those sides today. Our cadet sideline reporter on the left of your screen is Ted Kostic here from West Point, and on the right, Kyle Palco from Air Force. Ted, why do these games mean so much to you guys?
Sir, Army versus Air Force is our biggest rivalry, right behind Army-Navy. It's the first stop to bring the Commander-in-Chief's Trophy home here to West Point, where it belongs. It's also a chance for us to show Air Force that Army is the big brother in this sibling rivalry, both on the football field and in the military in general. Kyle, why do these games mean so much to you all?
Because Army considers Air Force the younger brother. It's our duty as airmen and cadets to prove that Air Force is the best service and can beat up on the older brother. Plus, winning the most Commander-in-Chief's trophies doesn't hurt.
Okay, gentlemen, we've got two distinguished guests from Wayne. Thank you very much, guys.
Well, guys, thank you very much. The Commander-in-Chief's Trophy, there's a look at it and what's gone on so far this season. It was back on October the 6th, the same day that Army beat Boston College, that Navy beat Air Force by 7 in overtime. And for the Black Knights, Rich Ellerson saying earlier in the week there's something...
Football, which end do you want to defend? Okay, spin
extra
around,
on the table here today.
Army has won the toss and is elected to receive. Shake hands, gentlemen. Let's have a great game.
Rich Ellerson, the fourth-year Army head coach, looking for his first victory against the Air Force Falcons. And Troy Calhoun, his record is sterling, 5-0 in this series all time. His team, Randy, has won the Commander-in-Chief's trophy the last 2 years. They can still hold on to it. There's a formula to that, though.
They'd have to share it. And importantly, Coach Ellerson, one of the first things he pointed out to us is 2 of our most important goals are still out there. You know, number 1 is the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. And by beating Air Force today and then getting Navy in December, they could do that. They could win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. And obviously the number 2 goal they have besides the Commander-in-Chief's trophy is taking out their good friends at Navy.
Yep, it is, and it's a beautiful day here. The temperature is a little cool, but it's a perfect day for football. 45 degrees, winds out of the west at 9 miles an hour. Connor Dietz and the offense, they are looking to continue what they did last week. They ran for 461 yards against Nevada last Friday. That's 600 yards of total offense. And it doesn't get much better than this. A great sight and a great picture, and it's great to be with you here from West Point.
With Army getting the ball first, Ben, it'll be interesting to see how Air Force allows for this more true to the heart of the triple option offense that Rich Ellerson's team runs. They see an option offense every day in practice. They don't see quite this true to the real bones of the triple option like Army executes it.
Bryce Canada will tee it up and kick it deep as Julian Crockett is the deep man for the Black Knights. In the last 2 weeks, he has been over 100 yards in returns. Short kick, he'll bring it out from the 7-yard line. Will Crockett finds a seam, he's got some room, and he's out across the 30-yard line. They got him down at the 34. Huntsman made the tackle. Trent Steelman, the senior, 2 great leaders, and Steelman, so far this season, his numbers have been very good, very strong, and he'll lead his guys onto the field. His season numbers thus far, averaging 100 yards, a little over 100 a game, and his passing numbers probably right where they expect him, Randy.
Yeah, he's been through some fiery situations. He's very decisive. He is the man for Army.
Big hole up the middle, and a pickup of close to 9 yards. As Christian Spears made the tackle there on Maples, and some other guys to watch here today, Randy.
Yeah, Raymond Maples, one of the better running backs in all of the FBS. Frank Allen, that left guard, makes some big plays, along with Means and Batts on the defensive side for Air Force, especially Means, the big, rangy linebacker, number 9 on the outside, bottom of your screen.
Certainly means business, and we've got a lot to talk about with him today. Here comes Army now, trying to get away is Maples, and he puts his head down, forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Spears got him again. They'll move the sticks for the Black Knights. Strengths and vulnerabilities, Randy, always something we look at in our broadcast. What do you got for us today?
Well, you know, the strength of Army is their skill positions led by Trent Steelman and these running backs. Their problem is they make some mistakes, whether it's penalties or turnovers. For Air Force's defense, their vulnerability, that is the running game.
They clog it up here on a first down run as Trenton Turrentine will pick up minimal yardage. Number 9, Alex Means, in there on the tackle.
And when I talk about vulnerabilities, you know, when you have 2 teams that run the ball this way, they are some of the best in the country. Well, conversely, they're some of the worst in the country stopping the run. So I think some of that will be mitigated by their familiarity with the system, but then you have to figure in the pass.
Here is Trent Steelman, going to keep it down to midfield. And he gets across midfield to the 49. Chris Miller, the junior, made the tackle from the secondary.
Here is the play they call Dwight. It starts as the counter underneath this way, and then Steelman comes out after that fake. It's a little different from the regular option type offense. And Air Force is late reacting to it the first time they see it. If they don't stop it better than that, they'll see that about another dozen times.
Well, going back to last season, that guy there, number 8, didn't play in the game. Max Jenkins, the senior, did. And Army got out to a great start as Steelman has another first down for the Black Knights. Down to the 40-yard line. They got out to a 14-0 lead, but the bugaboo in that game, as it has been often, was fumbles and turnovers. Time now, Randy, to take a look at our icy hot injury report for this one.
And as it affects this side of the ball with the Army offense and the Air Force defense, you can see the Army offense has had a inordinate amount of injuries, and that's not even, you know, counting some of the guys that have been back over the last couple of weeks. It's really been an issue on the offensive side of the ball.
They had hoped to get Terry Baggett back. He was injured in their home opener back on September the 15th, who was off to such a good start, but the knee is still giving him some problems. Here's Larry Dixon for the first time today. He's greeted, and Larry Dixon keeps those legs going. He was a guy that was on that injury report, looking good there.
You know, one of the key players when you look at this defense, the linebacker, and here Nicholas, the inside linebacker, trying to flow over the top. And it's a nice job done by the Army offensive line, and that's pushing the blockers back into the linebacker. That way you block a linebacker without physically getting a body on him.
Outstanding tackler on their side of the football. All four of those backers very tough. And here's a quick little hit back into the inside. Maples, Chambers, another one of those linebackers right there, made the stop, getting him down low.
Up front of that offensive line, Derek Bisgard, the senior offensive lineman's at the left tackle position where Ben Jebb normally is. Jebb's got a bad ankle. Bisgard, very powerful young man for his size, only about 6'1", about 245.
Like what he's shown him and the opportunity he's gotten to play. A look at him there. And a third down and short coming up for the Black Knights. They need 3. Dixon still driving. They tried to strip the ball there. They could not get it out. Cody Miller made the tackle. They're going to be awful close. 4th down coming up.
They're going to be short by about a football, and this is no hesitation. This is not even a double blink as to whether or not you're going to go for this on 4th down. Once both these offenses get to about their own 40, 45-yard line, it's 4-down territory.
Nobody does it more than Army in the FBS. You saw there, they're 14 for 28 at 50%. 50% is good. Air Force 55.
Nobody does it more often or better.
Yeah. And Steelman's got the first down. Takes it to the 28-yard line for an Army first down.
The biggest difference in this Air Force defense is right here at the nose tackle position inside. They have had some real studs in there of late. But this year, and I'm not saying that they don't represent that well, but they don't have that dominant penetrating presence, and I think that can be a real factor, especially against another option offense like this.
Certainly was right there as they pushed him back. Steelman turns, he keeps, and then gives it off to Turrentine. Trenton Turrentine broke the tackle, still on his feet, down near the 10-yard line. Army marching towards the end zone. Jones made the tackle.
Real quick, this is going to be the same play we were talking about. You fake and you come back around with your running backs. The Dwight, they call it. Maples underneath is the fake. Turrentine coming around on the outside. There's no one there to allow for the pitch. The quarterback's allowed for. The pitch is wide open.
10 plays on this opening drive, make it 11. They're close to 60 yards. And Army is just grinding it right down the field as Larry Dixon had the carry. Cody Miller made the tackle. And want to remind you folks, today's Red Zone, as always, here from West Point, being brought to you by Verizon.
For this style of offense, the opening drives, whether it's the offensive or defense, are so important. A long, methodical, successful drive like this really builds the confidence of this offense and puts a little doubt in the defense's mind.
And you got to figure, as we've talked the last couple of days, the way these two teams run the ball, the game should be fast, and the game possessions will be at a premium. Here's Dixon, cuts back in at the hash mark, knifes his way down to about the 4-yard line. Christian Spears, who's got a handful of tackles already, made the stop.
And they'll go right at it. This is really bringing it right into your kitchen. Coming right at you. It's a little bit different of that first option. A lot of the first option when you see some of these triple option offenses is coming right in that A gap between the guard and the center. They run it a little wider.
Dixon 4 carries last week already. First down to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown Army.
That's a touchdown play that was part execution and part will. The execution was up front with that offensive line blocking well, and that will was 100% Trent Steelman.
Determination getting in there. Rachowski will come on to try and tack on the point after. And Steelman, last opportunity here to have a chance to win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy, and doing his part, as did this Army offense as they marched it down on the opening drive with a touchdown from Trent Steelman.
How about right here, Ben? Put down the kickstand, get the bike going forward again, and score.
It doesn't matter where they are.
You saw them kids up there? You guys are heroes to them.
Or what uniform they're wearing. How they train. Or what they're training for. They are here to defend, to fight, and to win. There is no try. There is no almost. This is the home of Army football.
When it comes to the financial obstacles military families face, we understand. At USAA, we know military life is different. We've been there. That's why every bit of financial advice we offer is geared specifically to current and former military members and their families.
Dad!
Life brings obstacles. USAA brings advice. Call or visit us online. We're ready to help.
It's time to get away and head to Malibu. Time to experience the all-new 2013 Chevrolet Malibu LS. Reimagined from the ground up with 10 airbags and the reassurance of OnStar, standard for 6 months. This is the new Malibu. Already an IIHS 2012 top safety pick. And now with low lease programs, a Malibu state of mind has never been easier to get to, no matter what state you live in.
Armed Forces Football on CBS Sports Network is proudly supported by Golden Corral's All-American Carvers. It's nonstop turkey, ribs, and more, only at Golden Corral. By the Scion FRS, it's time to bring the sport back to the car. And by USAA, serving the financial needs of the military, veterans, and their families.
Hudson Valley here, about an hour north of New York City, and Army with a start they wanted. A quick drive down the field, 66 yards, 13 plays, 6.5 minutes. And their Mr. Everything, Trent Steelman, capped it off with a 4-yard touchdown run.
He's starting to get himself close to some pretty elite company when you're talking about quarterbacks that can lay him down right behind Tebow. Right now, trailing him by 44 yards.
Yeah, the core a little amped up, a lot of 5-hour energy in there, I'm guessing, this morning. A little caffeine as well.
And now we're going to see another version of the option. And you'll notice, first of all, but just by formation and backfield alignment, the difference that Air Force is from Army's option offense.
Eric Osteen, who handles the kickoff, kicking deep to Dante Strickland. This kick can flat out fly. He had a big game last week against Nevada. The kick goes out of bounds, though. No return here from Strickland. So they're going to bring this out to the 35-yard line. We'll get our first look at another senior, Connor Dietz, leading the Air Force offense.
If you're one of over 50 million adults who suffer from a sore mouth, consider NuAx Sensitive. The soothing alcohol-free formula has maximum fluoride to rebuild enamel up to 2 times stronger. NuAx Sensitive. Strong teeth, fresh breath in a sensitive formula.
Get ready for an offer that's going to blow you away. Visa.com is the web's most trusted penny auction source, with discounts you have to see to believe. There are hundreds of brand name, brand new products every day, and they're delivered lightning fast right to your door. Laptops, tablets, gift cards, big screen TVs, and way more. All at blowout prices. Visa is happy to offer new users $100 off their first auction win. These are a few items that have recently been won for under $100. And because the price only moves up 1 penny at a time, You get incredible discounts like 85, 95, even 99% off retail. To make sure you're warmed up, BZ offers free bids to those who join, so you can try it now risk-free. See the code at the bottom of your screen? Enter it when you join to take advantage of this special offer. Shop smart, save more, have fun at BZ.com. That's BEEZID.com.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you're using CPAP therapy and are covered by Medicare, then qualify in minutes for the CPAP replacement supplies you need at no cost.
Let Eye on My Sleep help you enjoy the full benefit of your CPAP therapy by replacing your mask, cushion, filter, and tubing on a regular basis.
If you have Medicare or private insurance, call now to qualify for your CPAP replacement supplies at no cost. Plus, get free home delivery. Call Eye on My Sleep now at 1-800-449-6102. Together, we're healthier.
7-0 Army on top. We'll get our first look at Connor Dietz and the Air Force offense as they'll try to counter and come back with a touchdown as Connor Dietz, the senior, and his season numbers very good. He's a terrific leader. And what do you like about him so much, Randy?
Well, his agility, how mobile he is, but also when he does throw the ball, they've only got 81 attempts. He has not been sacked this year as a quarterback. And when he throws to win. 63% completions and 7 touchdowns.
76 consecutive passes without an interception. Swings out, continuing that number. Out in the flat, and a nice job by Brandon Fusler-Jeffries making the stop there on John Lee.
You talk about some players to watch. Cody Getz, the senior out of Beaufort, Georgia. He is a very dynamic, right now kind of a runner. And Bobby Coe and Nate Combs, the heart of this Army defense.
Here is Dietz. There's a penalty flag back at the 35-yard line as Dietz took it out to the 47. Zach Watts made the stop.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
It's Bobby Coe, the guilty party there.
A little bit unusual to see that called against a defensive player, but when you're pass rushing and or forcing up the field as a defensive lineman, you can get your hands in the face. And you see these academy teams are some of the least penalized teams in the country. There's Bobby Coe right there, getting that hand up into the face.
Here's a big opening as Air Force takes it inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That was John Lee that had the football, and it was Josh Jackson that made the tackle.
Well, they can come at you so quick. John Lee playing that B-back position, which we all refer to usually as a fullback. That's a 190-pound fullback, so that's just another halfback.
Here's a toss now, and there is Getz, and he is popped and dropped as Alex Meyer stepped up and made the stop.
Getz is trying to make the comeback with a bad ankle, and he can be a very sudden runner. But Meyer does a classic in-your-face job of tackling, wrapping, and putting the Air Force halfback on his back.
Well, we get a timeout. Alex Meyer and the defense will talk things over. Air Force driving at West Point.
Okay, guys, this kick is for the win. Labels out.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
Our proximity to the field creates a parallel connection between the bottle and the ball.
The outward-facing label simulates a smoother contact surface for the kicker.
It's like magic, only real.
Really?
Yeah.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
I know belts and hoses, not X and O's. I do O2 sensors, but not defenses. Yeah, I make the right call to keep your car in the game. Don't even need a playbook, it's all in my brain. Fuel injectors, alternators, radiators too. It's who I am, it's what I do. Never know how. Never know how.
Is it a 20-minute shorter wash cycle? Or a 20-minute longer laugh cycle? Is it 20% less time in here? Or 20% more time out here? Is it 20% more storage capacity? or 20% more fun capacity. LG's innovative line of appliances let you fast forward to moments that matter. So, is it an appliance or something better?
Well, look now at some of the history behind the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Army won the first one, awarded in 1972. Their last coming in 96. Air Force has won the most at 18, and they currently hold it after winning it last season. And that's what you get, Randy Cross. You get to go to the White House when you win that thing.
Yeah, it's a huge source of pride with all these academies, and Troy Calhoun, probably a little bit more special to him as a Air Force grad, a guy that can really get across to his players exactly what it means to win that CIC trophy.
There's a quarterback there in the mid and late 80s. His quarterback now Deets handed off and gets is buried. A great job by Bobby Coe, who made the stop there.
A great job coming from the backside. The backside defensive end gets bounced initially by penetration onside, and then Coe gets a chance to drill gets.
Army really delivering some big hits so far. Air Force trying to get into the red zone. Here is a pass completed, and breaking a tackle is Strickland. And it took a couple of Army defenders to take him down at the 4-yard line.
You know, Nate Combs, 22, coming from his position, he can basically say when and where he blitzes. Cody gets a pretty good shot on him, and he almost still gets to Connor Deets. But Deets, there's an example of that accuracy from this Air Force quarterback.
2 for 2, right off the gut. Bobby Coe playing well on the last handful of plays. He had that penalty earlier on the drive, and that was Wes Cobb, the aspiring pilot, who carried there.
Yeah, Wes Cobb, 196 pounds, runs with great power out of that fullback spot.
In the I formation, they give it to him. Flag flies. Fusler Jeffries was able to get Wes Cobb, but it looks like it's coming back.
Yeah, it looks like a hold inside on the Air Force offensive line. See that umpire throw that flag immediately.
Personal foul, chop block, offense, number 62, 15-yard penalty. Still second down.
We were just talking about that yesterday. We haven't seen a whole lot of those chop block calls in now our 6th game doing Army games.
But remember, a chop block is hitting a defender low when he's already engaged, usually high. And here's the left guard right here. Watch him come inside on the nose tackle. And when he does, he's still engaged. That against David Lohr. The left guard still engaged on the center, and they both hit him at the same time. That's a chop block.
Out of the pistol here, Deets takes it. He's going to keep it left side, gets down inside the 15. Folks, it was 2nd down and goal from the 17 as Bacon made his first tackle today. He's been among the nation's best in that department all season long. And yeah, the tempers, the emotions are very high for this matchup of service academies. Air Force picking up 4, 3rd and goal from the 13 coming up.
Yeah, just because these guys fight on the same side doesn't mean they always get along.
Exactly.
Timeout.
Timeout taken by Army, so they have 1 remaining. We'll step aside as well and come back, see what Air Force does on 3rd and goal when we come back.
It's time to get away and head to Malibu. Time to experience the all-new 2013 Chevrolet Malibu LS. Reimagined from the ground up with 10 airbags and the reassurance of OnStar, standard for 6 months. This is the new Malibu. Already an IIHS 2012 top safety pick. And now with low lease programs, a Malibu state of mind has never been easier to get to, no matter what state you live in.
Golden Corral's all-new, all-American carving station is open and people are talking.
We're talking whole roasted turkey, carved just for me.
It's like the pork steamship round came off a fancy buffet in Vegas.
I'm a big rib guy, and Golden Corral is officially my rib place.
The flavor combination of pork loin and rosemary,
perfect.
It's Golden Corral's all-American carvers, all incredibly delicious, all part of our endless dinner buffet, and all for one amazingly low price. Golden Corral, help yourself to happiness.
Big day, great day of college football continues here on CBS Sports Network at 3:30. Florida Atlantic takes on Navy. Then at 7 Eastern, it's a rematch of the 2010 Conference USA title game as SMU takes on UCF. And then to cap it off at 10:30 Eastern, San Diego State, number 19, Boise State, in the Mountain West Showdown, exclusively on CBS Sports Network. Football every day.
They're in a style of offense in college football that isn't represented in those teams.
Absolutely.
They're all covered.
Absolutely. Great start to this one. 3rd and goal. Dietz looking to fire, floats it into the corner, and it's going to be well out of the reach. And a penalty flag is in to the end zone as Jackson was down there for Army.
Josh Jackson, until the very end, did a perfect job. But then at the very end,
pass interference.
He pushed the receiver down.
Number 14. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
This is fine. That's fine. That's not. Right before the ball gets there, and that's because he's not looking back. He doesn't have a perspective of where the ball is. He's going on the arms and the hands of the receiver, and he pushes him at the last second.
Back down we come. Here's Getz trying to get free. And a great tackle on the outside by their go-to guy in that department, Jeffrey Bacon.
Yeah, this whole defense really struggled last week going against Ball State, who ran a very delayed style of running game. And no one struggled more probably than Jeffrey Bacon, but there's a nice example of free-flowing to the ball and wrapping in a tackle.
Now Dietz in the Air Force offense trying to power it in. There's Cobb, and he dives in for the touchdown. So Air Force, they took a punch on Army's opening drive, and they give one back, and we're a point after away from being tied.
Yeah, it's a fabulous job of overcoming a real negative play, that chop block play inside with a 2nd down and 4 on the 4-yard line, and being able to come back after that penalty and still get a touchdown is really a huge plus for the Air Force offense.
Parker Harrington on to attempt this point after, and this young man has been something special, and his point after streak continues, well over 50 as he ties the game at 7 apiece. Jackson the push there on Coleman. That led to this as Cobb powered it in, and it's a tie game between Air Force and Army.
Fail, Droid powers through. Introducing the new Droid Razr Max HD by Motorola. Now more than ever, Droid does.
There are a few who move toward the sounds of chaos. Forged in the crucible of training, they are the first to move toward the sounds of tyranny, injustice, and despair. They are the few, the proud, the Marines.
This is a great chicken sandwich.
Whoa, yeah, it is.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Wow. I just got my mind blown.
Because it's so good?
So good. Yeah, I like to make note of every time my mind's been blown. This is number 53.
Nice.
First was being born.
That makes sense,
2,
obviously.
my first hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Every other time it's been here at Sonic.
Yeah, I know, man. It is such a good sandwich.
Woo! 54!
The Asiago's Caesar Chicken Sandwich, part of our all-new premium chicken lineup, and try it with our creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Starting them young here at West Point, and they're watching a great one so far. 47th all-time meeting between these two teams, and it's 7-all. Time now for our Day in the Life of a Cadet presented by the U.S. Army as we head down to the field. And our cadet sideline reporter, Ted Kostic. Ted, we're seeing your schedule, your day. What are your career plans when you leave West Point?
Well, sir, upon graduation from West Point, I hope to branch Adjutant General. Adjutant General is like the human resources branch of the Army. I really enjoy working with people and serving people, and I really hope that it's going to be a great career path for me.
Well, you're doing a fine job. You having fun down there?
Absolutely. It's a blast. The energy from the Corps right behind me is so exciting, and we are going to win this game.
All right, we'll check in with you down the road. Thanks, Ted. And yeah, there's a little bit of brass on display here today on the sidelines, Randy Cross.
Just a bit. We saw General.
Okay, guys, this kick is for the win. Labels out.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
Our proximity to the field creates a parallel connection between the bottle and the ball.
The outward-facing label simulates a smoother contact surface for the kicker.
It's like magic, only real.
Really?
Yeah.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
When it comes to the financial obstacles military families face, we understand. At USAA, we know military life is different. We've been there. That's why every bit of financial advice we offer is geared specifically to current and former military members and their families.
Dad!
Life brings obstacles. USAA brings advice. Call or visit us online. We're ready to help.
Like a lot of things, trying to find a better job can be frustrating. So at University of Phoenix, we're working with a growing list of almost 2,000 corporate partners, companies like Microsoft, American Red Cross, and Adobe, to create options for you. Not only that, we're using what we learned from these partners to shape our curriculum, so that when you find the job you want, you'll be a perfect fit. Let's get to work.
What's the best way to transform your next gathering or event? T-shirts! That's right, T-shirts. Custom-made T-shirts that you design online with Custom Ink. With Custom Ink T-shirts, your group becomes a team. Thanks, Custom Ink! And designing your own shirts is easy with Custom Ink's online design lab. Just choose a style, then pick out a color or change a color. Custom Ink has hundreds of different fonts and the web's best collection of high-quality artwork. You can even upload your own artwork, and we'll personally take it from concept to custom shirts that look great.
Thanks, Custom Ink!
At Custom Ink, we've helped create over 30 million custom T-shirts. So visit trycustomink.com today and start your own free T-shirt design. Order one shirt or thousands. On-time delivery is guaranteed, and we'll even ship your order absolutely free. So go to trycustomink.com and be the hero at your next gathering or event with Custom Ink.
Let's compare technology on Dish and DirecTV. DirecTV has 7 Emmy Awards for technical achievement, and Dish 1. And now DirecTV offers a high-definition DVR with TiVo, and Dish doesn't. Only DirecTV combines TiVo's unique interface and integrated search with our award-winning interactive features. Number 1 in technology. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Embarrassed by a prostate exam? Imagine how your doctor feels. As a urologist, I have performed 9,421 and a half prostate exams. So why do I do it? Because I get paid. And on this side of the glove, I know prostate exams can save lives. So if you are a man over 50, talk to your doctor to see if a prostate exam is right for you. If we can do it, so can you. CBS cares.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
It doesn't matter where they are.
You saw them kids up there? You guys are heroes to them.
Or what uniform they're wearing. How they train. Or what they're training for. They are here to defend, to fight and to win. There is no try. There is no almost. This is the home of Army football.
A lot of people look at me like, oh, there's nothing wrong with this guy. TBI is real. Get educated. Don't brush us aside and don't count us out.
Hear more of their stories at usoinvisiblewounds.org.
From Maine to Maui, thousands of high school students across the country are getting in on the action by volunteering in their communities.
It's great helping others, and it feels good too. Are you in? Whoa!
Anyone can do it. All it takes is a little time. Are you in?
Action teams of high school students are joining Volunteers of America and Major League Baseball players to help train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
It's easy to start an action team at your school, so you too can get in on the action.
Are you in? Get in on the action at actionteam.org.
My name is Mike Woods. I am the big dog. Arf, arf, arf. Get 'em, dog. Sick 'em. It's a tradition that goes back 30 years. In 1980, Daddy decided to shave his head and go to the Georgia Sugar Bowl with his head painted. I've been painting 20-something years now. When I go to the Bulldog heaven, my son said he will take it over. College football is my life.
Let's get mean, dog. Let's get mean.
Oh. Where's Tommy?
I thought he was with you.
No.
Jack.
Tommy?
Go get him.
Don't stop. Keep playing. Here we go. Here's the fun part.
Did you do this?
Great job.
Encouragement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
There has to be leadership within the team. Coaches can only coach so much. Certain guys on the team have to lead and push guys and challenge guys. It's not personal. That's their job as leaders.
Jimbo Fisher is in his third season as head coach at Florida State University. He is starting to build his own legacy after succeeding the legendary Bobby Bowden, college football's all-time winningest coach.
Come on now, walk through.
The program had had tremendous success in the 1990s, obviously, an NCAA dynasty football team. And all of a sudden, we needed some more energy. And you can definitely see a culture change in Florida State football.
I think Jimbo Fisher was a fresh start. I mean, these players, this program, these fans, everybody was desperate to have a winner again. Jimbo came in and kind of gave them that hope and got things going on the right track.
All Orange Rodgers will be cracked unless otherwise notified.
I at least knew, I think, where the problems lied and the things we had to fix and the issues we had to get to, and I think then the kids were more familiar with me early, so I think it helped in the transition.
Jimbo Fisher's style is meticulous. His practices are designed to get the most out of his players through preparation and repetition.
He's a coach that wants to be perfect, and he accepts nothing less.
If they make one misstep or one wrong hand placement, Jimbo doesn't wait for his position coach to get on him. He gets on him.
Gotta go, Trey. Go, Trey. Flex. Trey!
Trey, you can't do that, son. Do it again.
Coach Fisher definitely brings a competitive edge. Like our Tuesday and Wednesday practices, our grind practices, plain and simple.
Bang it. Nice ball.
Practice is very high tempo, demanding.
We're gonna go full speed on every rep because we know when we practice, the better we practice, the better we play.
Tank, you ain't even sweating. Hey, wipe it on, coach.
At the same time, he's also a player's coach. He understands what motivates them, and I think that kind of gives him a different edge.
We can relate because he's a country boy. I'm a country boy at heart.
I feel like now that I've been playing with him for 4 or 5 years, you know, I truly understand what he's trying to get across to me and as well as my teammates.
Florida State's offense is, in a word, explosive. Even after losing star running back Chris Thompson to injury for the 2nd straight year. Their undisputed leader is 5th-year senior quarterback, E.J. Manuel.
E.J. Manuel is the real deal, recruited by Jimbo Fisher, coached by Jimbo Fisher, is playing now as a senior captain of this football team for Jimbo Fisher.
I mean, players know talent, players know winners. And when they get in the huddle, they have to believe in that quarterback, and they fully trust E.J. Manuel.
I think we have a beautiful offense, and you know, I think we're very high power. We can put up a lot of numbers, put up a lot of yards, and like I said, I have a lot of great talent around me, so it helps my job, you know, even more so.
Manuel has a number of weapons at his disposal, all with big play potential.
Our senior leader, Rodney Smith, does a great job, not just when the ball's in his hands, but does a good job blocking downfield. He's a big, appealing guy, so obviously, you know, he kind of puts fear in DBs and things like that, and he's definitely somebody I want to feed.
Rashad Green came in, he led Florida State in receiving as a freshman, and not just receiving yards, but receptions, touchdowns. Really kind of became the go-to guy.
Extremely fast. I would like to call him a home run hitter type receiver.
Although Jimbo Fisher is known as an offensive-minded coach, the Seminole defense has been one of the best in the nation.
What's unique about Florida State's defense is they can get pressure with the front four. They don't have to blitz.
I believe that's the one constant which you have to have. And we've established great defensive linemen. I think that's where it starts. You have to control the lines of scrimmage.
They've got defensive tackles who can get the push up the middle, and then they've got these really quick and athletic defensive ends like Warner and Carradine who can collapse the pocket, and that changes how other teams have to call games.
Bjorn was from Germany, but he's one of our truly great players here and one of the great guys and unbelievably instinctual. I mean, just gets it. I mean, he was born to play.
I just love playing defensive end. It's just an awesome position. When you have these big boys in front of you, and it's so much fun to just say, okay, I'm a stronger man than you. I'm gonna push you around, you know.
Anthony McLeod is just that prototypical defensive tackle that blows up plays in the middle, but he can occupy 2 blockers. He's 300+ pounds, very strong. He's country strong.
Marcus Joyner, I love that guy. Joyner is 100% all day, every day.
He hits incredibly hard for his size. He brings so much punch.
Would practice 10 hours a day if you wanted him to. Does not matter, loves to play, loves to compete.
It was a really good practice. I liked our practice, except on offense, what I didn't like, we had a tremendous first half of practice. Then all of a sudden, we had those 3, 4, 5, and it was not the same guy one time. Let me ask you something. What I tell about the 2 E's? Effort's great, but execution has to go with it. Is that right? It's got to be 2 E's, effort and execution. It cannot be execution without effort and effort without execution. They both go hand in hand, okay? You got to have them both. Get prepared for the week. Move on. We got to have a great week this week, okay, guys? Coming to our house, playing back in our house. Be fun. Come on. Take a knee.
College Football Uncut is presented by Hyundai. Go online and show us your passion at HyundaiShowYourLoyalty.com.
Some people love their cars almost as much as they love their team. P-I-T-T, let's go, Pitt!
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who would rather help keep your bones strong than put them back together. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
As the #1 brand in customer loyalty, Hyundai is all about the passion and tradition that drives college football fans everywhere. This season, Hyundai is joining the tailgate party with the Show Your Loyalty Tour, giving fans at schools all across the country a chance to be a part of the Hyundai fan experience.
Touchdown! Yeah!
College football fans see firsthand how the passion they have for their teams is the same passion Hyundai owners have for their cars. North, south, east, and west, true fans go to great lengths to show their loyalty. Hyundai fans, they just buy another Hyundai.
Hey guys, welcome to Florida State University in sunny Tallahassee. This building is the Westcott building. You'll see this on postcards and, you know, other memorabilia. And this house is the head honcho, President Barron. So, you know, while we're going by, you might want to be quiet because I don't want to disturb him. As y'all can tell, it's 70 degrees out. I'm not freezing like a bunch of people up north. I was expecting kind of a palm trees, you know, right next to the beach. I didn't know what to expect. But I fell in love with these live oaks with, you know, Spanish moss in them. I think it just adds a nice aesthetic to the whole university, and it just makes it a nice place to be. Good to go? This is Landis Green. This is where everybody kind of hangs out when they want to throw a Frisbee around or throw a football and maybe sunbathe a little bit. That's our dance school. It's a very well-respected dance school. Had to do a ballroom dancing thing in there one time. I don't want to talk about it. Wasn't most talented, but that's all right. That's all I got.
When Hopkins isn't hanging out on campus, you'll find him on the practice field perfecting his golden kick. He is on the cusp of breaking not only Florida State football's all-time scoring record, but the ACC's as well.
A lot of people can kick that don't even play football, but they can't do it consistently very well. And so just being able to do repeated motion every time is difficult. I got the opportunity to start very young as a true freshman. So coming in and showing that I could contribute to wins, I think helped me a lot in my relationships with my teammates.
There's the faithful snapper, Dax Dellenbach. And then to lighten the mood, Philip Dumar.
Each kick has a life of its own, and that you have to be in the moment, and that the kick I just missed or made has no bearing or effect on the kick I'm about to kick.
Sometimes you can hear it on the ball, whether you hit it good or if you didn't.
Being in the conversation with some of the guys that are leading scorers at Florida State in the ACC is a blessing, it's an honor. Being mentioned in the same sentence, just because the talent we've had, the football history that we have at the university is obviously great.
Tallahassee is a great community. It's very friendly, very outgoing, a typical southern community, and it's just big enough, but not too big, but not too small. Church is huge in the community, which is always very important for us, you know, for our kids, and you know, it's just an overall great community. Very friendly, very nice people. All right, I'll see you over there. I love you. We're going over here to the Hotel Duval on the 8th floor. They host my radio show every Wednesday night.
Hello and good evening and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show.
And it's a great atmosphere, food and fun, and people come and ask questions. They call in, and it's a great environment.
Bill is in Tampa. Bill, you're our next caller. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Good evening, Coach and Gene.
Hey, Bill.
Good luck Saturday. Touchdown, Florida State.
We should have had a few more, huh, Mike? It'd been better.
Yeah.
They truly love football. It's about as intense and important to the folks here as anything there is.
Just curious if we have a general rule of thumb that we try to follow in terms of rotating our running backs.
Yes, we usually do have a rotation. But Chris got so hot so early. The priority that's put on it, the importance of it, but you know, people look at it, well, why is sports? It brings everybody together. It's a unifying thing that brings everyone together for common purpose. You want to be somewhere where you have a chance to be good. You don't want to be somewhere else, and the pressure is all part of it that goes with it.
What is the reasonable expectation for execution, and what are the guys too uptight to make the next thing happen?
That's a great question, it really is. We don't have tons of plays. You'll run anywhere from 4 to 8 running plays in a game. You may have a variation of them. Very rewarding when you win, they're very tough when you lose, and I think our whole world, not just in college coaching, is like that, but it's the passion. It's the thing that makes them special. It's a great tradition here. It's a great history, and hopefully we're gradually building that right back into where we want to go, and hopefully it'll come very quickly.
The Jimbo Fisher Call-In Show, live from the Hotel Duval, continues after these messages.
It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The greatest honor the band can grant a non-band member. Among the privileged few who have been chosen have been professional athletes, a United States Senator, even Bob Hope. Fortunately, knowing how to play the sousaphone is not a requirement for dotting the I in Script, Ohio. Fans show their loyalty in all kinds of ways. Ours, just buy another Hyundai.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Okay.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, Mom!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you. Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
What are you doing, dear?
My finances. Every week I divide my allowance. Some to spend, some to charity. But the first thing I do is set aside 10% to save for my future.
That's awfully grown up. Did you learn that in school?
No, Dad taught me. He said if you want something tomorrow, you have to save today. Dad's saving for retirement. I'm saving for a new bike.
Choose to save. To learn how to get started, get your free Power to Choose brochure.
He's a smart man, your father.
For the millions living with COPD, breathing becomes a real struggle. COPD stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, but you may have heard of it as chronic bronchitis or emphysema. Over time, it makes it harder and harder to breathe until you feel like you're breathing through a straw. COPD is the 4th leading cause of death in the U.S. It kills 1 person every 4 minutes, and it took my grandmother. An estimated 24 million Americans are affected, but as many as half of them don't even know it. It's a race against time to spread the word about this serious disease. If you're over 35 and have ever smoked, you could be at risk. The good news is, there are steps you can take to improve your symptoms. I'm Danica Patrick, and I drive for COPD. Take action today to breathe better tomorrow. Join the movement at driveforcopd.com. Take our screening questionnaire today and talk to your doctor.
As game day approaches, the focus on this week's opponent intensifies.
they're going to make you be consistent. You understand what I'm saying? In the run game and the pass game, they're not going to give you. And all of a sudden, they're going to jump in and bring some fire to you. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good. Some more Bobcat coaches, straight Bobcat.
Yeah, straight Bobcat. And the thing they do a good job of, that corner's not really worried about the post. So he'll give a little bit, and then he'll see something, and then
come down.
He kind of baits you,
right,
and then reacts back in that hole off of that. Do not be afraid to just check it down, have patience in what you're doing. EJ is tremendous. Checks probably 70–80% of the things we do at the line in the run and the pass. Our protections has done a great job of that. Again, an eraser makes up for a lot of mistakes because of his athleticism. If guys break down, he can scramble, make plays, runs with the ball, does a great job. You can't say enough good things about him. I like Hank and dip out of the eye. You know what I'm saying? If you hold and you hit that 7-step and it's cloudy, hit the what?
Flare.
You hit that flare. If you hit that flare, we're going to be in business. Baltimore, Roger, alert. Let's just go back to 3 Roger Road. If you didn't like the flip. Let's put that Clemson game on a little bit. Let me see what you're talking about right there. Now I want to see that near close 3 Louis F.
During our film sessions, I mean, it's a lot of back-to-back, conversation.
Now let me ask you something. If you had Vermont Roger on right here, would you be fair?
Yes.
Yes. All right, how about Tokyo Bob over here?
Yes, you would. You got tight end.
Yeah, he's going to motion, be a 4-man side, bang, bang, and this guy here is reachable. He's not over the center.
Coach Fisher will point something out, or I may point something out as well, and we'll discuss it. And I think that's where I think I matured a lot. I'm able to speak football with him. They're ready to make it sell like 5 times and be able to have that same terminology, same football language. That helped me out a lot as a quarterback.
Right here, watch what's going to happen. He's always going to collision and get this flat. I think we're better off get inside him, take that guy, and then now you may get it, but you may just get your flat all day. I mean, nobody anywhere is making daggone short yardage in all the green formations. You know what I'm saying? Any questions? You with me? Good. Great job, EJ. That a way to play, EJ.
After breaking down film, coach and quarterback hit the practice field to put the game plan into action.
Boston Louis, Bob check. I don't think anything will take you out there. You should be good. Hey, EJ, the only thing you're worried about there is 3 technique. 4-man side, Lonnie's got. If it ain't there, you can run it out of there. Right flex, crab Roger, Bob check. I want flash Z. Flash Z. We break it down in all the different situations and scenarios and personnels and how we want to attack the team, and then we bring it back together in the end to be able to understand how we're going to play the game and the things we're going to do. Good. I liked it. All right, you got cover 2, EJ. All right, come out checking it, you know what I mean? That's the way to get your focus back. I'll flank him. There you go, bang. He outflanks him, make him pay. Great ball.
Don't tell Mom. Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom!
Don't tell Mom.
Don't tell Mom! Don't tell Mom!
Don't tell Mom?
Yeah.
The best stories you'll ever tell start with Don't Tell.
Don't tell Dad.
Start yours in the new Santa Fe from Hyundai.
Humans. Even when we cross our T's and dot our I's, we still run into problems. Namely, other humans. Which is why at Liberty Mutual Insurance, auto policies come with new car replacement and accident forgiveness if you qualify. See what else comes standard at libertymutual.com. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Responsibility What's your policy?
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Visit decidetodrive.org.
Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. But the truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
Being a small business owner is tough. If only I had a custom Facebook page that made my business look great. I could hire someone to build it, but how could I afford it? What can I do? If only someone could just show me a sign.
Today, if you have a small business, then you need a Facebook page. Call now and Web.com's Facebook experts will build you a custom Facebook page that looks professional, attracts prospective customers, and builds your business, and will do it absolutely free. If after 30 days you're happy with your new custom Facebook page, we'll continue to provide maintenance, support, and updates to keep your customers coming back, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing. Call now and you can get your new custom Facebook page in as little as 7 days, absolutely free. Over 3 million small businesses rely on Web.com every day. Call now and find out why.
Call 1-866-230-8679 today. That's 1-866-230-8679.
I'm a non-attorney spokesperson. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer, one of many linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in mills, shipyards, or in the heating, construction, and automotive industries may have put you at risk. Secondhand exposure to people close to you may have also resulted in mesothelioma or another asbestos-related cancer. Please don't wait.
Call 1-800-537-5443. That's 1-800-537-5443.
College Football Uncut is presented by Hyundai. Go online and show us your passion at HyundaiShowYourLoyalty.com. Bobby Bowden Field at Doak Campbell Stadium is the largest in the ACC and makes for one of the more unique college game day experiences in all the country.
Tallahassee is special for a Saturday afternoon or Saturday night football game.
Great atmosphere, great environment. One that, to me, it's one of the bucket list things in college football to be able to do.
Game day in Tallahassee is a big party. Florida State football fans, it's all about tailgating.
Tailgating begins as soon as the parking lots are open. Great tailgating goes on. And then everybody gets into the stadium because they want to be there when the team comes out.
What I see on TV look nice on the outside, but on the inside, we focus, we locked in.
You know, when we have opportunity to play in front of our own crowd, you know, our own fans and, you know, friends and family, we always obviously want to go out there and play well.
You'll have 85,000 people in this stadium. I mean, that's more than many cities.
The atmosphere, that's one thing that I love the most.
There is nothing like a home football game at Doak Campbell Stadium. I'll promise you that.
The tradition of Renegade Osceola running out before the game and throwing the spear in the ground and just that whole atmosphere, it creates, you know, puts chill bumps on you, and it's one of the great spectacles in college football.
Hop, skip, and a jump, and total leather. DJ Manuel dropping, looking, throws the ball downfield, got a receiver in the area. It's caught. Rashad Green to the 45-40, near sideline 30. Rashad Green to the 25. Inside Kenny Shaw to the 5. Touchdown, Kenny Shaw. Kenny Shaw on Green. Touchdown FSU on 3rd down and 7. 78-yard touchdown pass. Touchdown passes. Point after touchdown, Dustin Hopkins. He's 5 points away. Here's the snap, and here comes pressure. Manuel steps up with the bottom. Looks to the man. Finds a wide open receiver. Extended to 30. Down to the 25. Down to the 20. He's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 2nd down goal. Manuel play action fit. Nice pass on the near side. Caught by Wilder. He dives to the pylon.
He has a touchdown, Florida State. Great effort by James Wilder Jr. to find that pylon and get a touchdown. It's his first career receiving TD. From the 25, the snap, good protection this time. He'll drop the throw. Play action fake, pressure coming, gets the pass away, thrown too tall. Sailed on him. Here's the snap out of the gun. Manuel steps up, fires over the caught. First down, 30-yard line. Now we're ready for the field goal. 51-yard field goal attempt. Dustin Hopkins, right toe kicker, wearing a gold shoe. Out of the hold of Chris Rebel. Dax Della back snap, a good one. Here's the kick. It's got the leg, got the leg, got the leg. It is good. There is your all-time leading scorer in ACC history. Dustin Hopkins with a 51-yard field goal. 31-7. Florida State leads Boston College. Play action fake pass to the left side. Caught 5, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, James Wilder Jr. Put on a cape and dove into the end zone like Superman.
Got to love that.
Point after touchdown, Dustin Hopkins. That's one to remember. He just put on a cape and hurtled his body in from 3 yards away. Refused to go down. The point after touchdown by Dustin Hopkins is good. It's Parents Weekend, and you know James Sr. is as proud as he can be.
Coach Fisher has the Seminoles on the right path. He has managed a successful transition at Florida State, avoiding the pitfalls that come with new leadership, and has begun building a program to compete for a national title.
We've had some very good success and building a lot of foundation for the things we want to do in the future as far as the infrastructure of the program and getting kids all the support they need in so many different areas, laying the foundation for how we want to do things within our program. And I think it's starting to pay off now, and hopefully will continue here in the future.
Wilson from the shotgun looks to throw. He's got a man. Touchdown, Arkansas! He's got a man open at the 40. That's Williams again at midfield, and he's gone. Johnson's the tailback. He gets the call. Touchdown, Arkansas. This is about as good as the Razorbacks had hoped for tonight.
The Razorbacks' resurrection continues on this edition of College Football Confidential, Arkansas.
There you go. Good speed. There you go. Nice.
It's Sunday night, and the mood in Fayetteville is noticeably lighter.
Hey, Coach Allen, let me get that jacket off for you. $5.
Like this one?
Yeah, $5. I got it all like that in my pocket.
Yesterday's 24-7 win over SEC foe Auburn snapped a 4-game losing streak and ended the mounting frustration surrounding the Razorback program.
Should have had a hat on. I know you're more cold up here. You're making fun of me not having hair, huh?
I won 3 state championships in high school, so winning was normal. Last year as a starter, we won 11 games, lost 2. Winning was normal. This year, I think it makes you understand the importance of a win now. That's what's unique for me this year is you kind of cherish that and say, hey, this is fun. This is why you play the game. And it gives you that ambition, that fire, hey, let's go get another one.
They bring the tight end in motion. They give it to TJ over left tackle at the goal line. Touchdown, Arkansas.
You know what? It's a game of emotion, you know, and when those things happen, you know, guys get excited. You want to see that.
Blitz is on the way. They've got Mosley flush. Trey Flowers chasing him down back at the 19-yard line.
But those things are created by us, not something that you wait for. And our guys got to understand that you create those things and you got to build them.
Mosley in the shotgun, gets the snap, looks over the middle, fires toward the end zone, intercepted by Turner in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Wins, they're not easy to come by, especially in this conference, but yeah, it really makes you appreciate, you know, all the wins that we've had in the past, and can't take anything for granted, and whenever you win, you know, there's no better feeling.
Mosley gets the snap, reads the blitz, fires into the corner of the end zone, throws short, and it is intercepted. Ross Rasner. Linton's the fullback, Dennis Johnson's the tailback. Dennis gets the call, left side, fighting for the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown, Arkansas. Johnson, the running back, reverse. Hogs are going to throw it out of the reverse to the back of the end zone. It's complete. Touchdown, Arkansas, Javonte Herndon.
Losing, we didn't really know how to cope with it or deal with it, so once we finally got it again, it was like, we don't want to go back to that losing feeling. We want to stay here with this winning feeling. So, you know, it's, in a sense, motivation.
And Arkansas gets a much-needed victory today. It was not picture perfect, but the Razorbacks are happy to have it, I promise you.
Listen to me very carefully. The only time in your life that you're going to read your press clippings is when you get to be my age and you can't play anymore. You got it? Those press clippings become a lot better. The stories get a lot longer. You're not there yet. You're nowhere close. And that's a great thing. So don't even think about it. People say so, just say thank you. Boom, hey, we got a big one this week. That's it, because we've moved on, correct?
Yes, sir.
Whatever we did, we got to do more, okay? Get a break, get out of here.
Listen up, hey, we got a chance to rattle off a bunch in a row right here. Take it serious, have a good week of practice. Go, win on three, 1, 2, 3, win!
The win over Auburn has come at a price. Senior linebacker and leading tackler Alonzo Highsmith was lost for the season due to a foot injury.
Injury report from this last, y'all kind of know where you are. You know where you are? Yep. Yep, you're on the freaking sideline.
Arkansas's ever-growing injury list also includes their other defensive captain, senior Tenarius Wright.
Hey, I'm sorry you're not going to be out there with us this week. That just comes to show whoever's in has to go in and make plays. And everybody in this room can go make plays just like you did last week. And that was a great effort, and congratulations to all of you. Now, Offensive Showtime Award. 17 rushes, 76 yards, 4 catches for 15 yards, 72 bowl yards, 2 TDs. Dennis Johnson.
While defensive players are disappearing, the hopes of a bowl game have reemerged, along with senior running back Dennis Johnson, who had 17 carries for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. The diminutive back took a starring role in the victory, as Niall Davis faltered with a stat line that read 3 carries, -4 yards. The situation now begs the question, where is Arkansas's running game headed as they look towards Saturday against 1-5 Kentucky?
Dennis Johnson and Williams running better now. Is it a priority to get Niall Davis back in there this week also, or what's his status right now?
The good thing is we have some depth there and are able to use those guys. It was not necessarily a plan, let's say. Yeah, we were hoping to get Dennis more rushes, but then when you get him in there and he's breaking tackles and doing what he can do, Dennis was having a good day, you want to continue with that. And so that's what we did last week. So, again, hopefully, Niall will be back ready to roll this week.
Coming up on College Football Confidential, Arkansas.
For me, it just, things aren't going how I want it to go. But when that happens, you just got to roll with it.
Embarrassed by a prostate exam? Imagine how your doctor feels. As a urologist, I have performed 9,421.5 prostate exams. So why do I do it? Because I get paid. And on this side of the glove, I know prostate exams can save lives. So if you are a man over 50, talk to your doctor to see if a prostate exam is right for you. If we can do it, so can you. CBS cares.
Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. A public service reminder from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who would rather help keep your bones strong than put them back together. Speak out against distracted driving at decidetodrive.org.
This is never going to be the season that a lot of people thought it was going to be, but it gives Arkansas an opportunity to salvage it by making a bowl game. I would say if they make a bowl game, you salvage what was a disastrous otherwise season. And you can say, well, it's disastrous regardless because, you know, I thought we were going to the national championship game. I don't think that was going to happen even under Bobby Petrino.
The college sports is all we have, and we live and die by the Hogs. This year, we're dying a little more than we're living.
Well, I was getting texts on my phone. I'm not watching this show anymore. I'm not reading the newspaper until they win again. They really won't read the sports page if Arkansas loses because you just can't look at it.
There's no excuse here, all right? Enough excuses. Stop crybabying about, oh, our coach. Get out there and win some football.
Like a yo-yo. I mean, they're up. And when they're down, they are down. I mean, if they're fans, support them. If they're not, quit your booing.
Arkansas fans want anything for their team to be successful, so I think they'll be back, and I think they'll be back with a good attitude for Saturday's game against Kentucky.
In Fayetteville, there's no escaping Arkansas football. And just as impossible to avoid are the injuries that have struck the Razorback defense. 4 starters have missed at least one game, and as the lineup has been reshuffled, underclassmen have been forced to take a bigger role than anticipated when the season began.
The thing about it is a part of the game, you know, but we've got great leadership, and that's what, even those guys have been banged up for us, they still sit in there and they watch film with those guys. And if you got good senior leadership, you know it builds.
Against Auburn, the defense had its best game this season, recording 8 sacks and 5 turnovers. With both defensive captains out of the lineup against Kentucky, the responsibility of maintaining the momentum.
Trent Steelman there, just taking it in for his 40th career rushing touchdown. And we welcome you back to West Point. There was a massive power failure on post. And there is not much to show you, unfortunately, because everything in our truck was down, and we are certainly sorry for that. But we're back with you here, and Trent Steelman, Randy, just took it in before we came back.
Left guard Frank Allen, a massive block. Watch 79, the left guard, get off so quick into the linebacker, just crushing his man backwards, and that leaves that big cavity inside for Steelman just to sneak right into.
Well, Army with a 10-point lead. Rich Ellerson's team up by double figures, and so far, well, since the power outage, Army held on a 4th and goal stand, which was huge in the game. They then took it 96 yards. They got a field goal from 20 yards from the freshman Gurchowski. Air Force punted. Army got a 54-yard field goal attempt that was no good. Dietz was intercepted by Brandon Fusler-Jeffries, and Army now up by 10. And there is Dante Strickland back deep for the Falcons. He's got to let it go. It goes 3 yards out of the end zone. So we're here at Mikey Stadium with 1:39 remaining in the first half. And Troy Calhoun's team down 10. They were down 14-zip last season when these two teams met. But as you well know, Randy Cross, it's a 60-minute ball game.
It truly is, and especially for these two teams. The last 2 years, Army has played very well in the first half. Last year, they led 14-0 at halftime. And Rich Ellison made a real point to say what's happened in the past does not matter. I don't want that in my kids' head. But, you know, they've played a first half against Air Force. They need to learn to play 60 minutes.
They really have. Doing a great job of getting to the football. Here's the pitch, and John Lee runs out of real estate on the Army sideline. Jeffrey Bacon was there to force him out.
And what you've missed is this Army defense really adjusting to Air Force's option. They've stuffed them very, very well over the course of this last quarter or so. They've adjusted and they've pursued inside out just flawlessly.
Really have, and now Dietz will look to put it up, and he fires, and it's caught by the big tight end Hendricks out across midfield, and it was Alex Meyer that got him and took him down, but a huge gain for Marcus Hendricks, all 6'6" of him.
It's not so much the willingness to pass or the execution, because Connor Dietz is so accurate, as I've said. They don't shy away. Once they're burnt, they'll go back to that well.
Here is Dietz now, hands off, and Cody Getz. He has really taken a beating in this first half, as Army has done a terrific job on this young man.
Air Force takes his third and final time out of the half.
Who came in with
seconds in length.
928 rushing yards, and he's missed the last couple games, and Bacon's had a heck of a day.
Yeah, he's just starting to get back, but the difference has been the
tackling. Please set the clock to 1:19. 1:19
for this Army defense. Cody Getz was a real legendary player in the North Georgia area, and he's not quite himself yet.
Ankle injury, high ankle, always tough to come back from, and he's in it and giving it a go. Coming up at the half, it's the Verizon Halftime Report, and we'll have our first half highlights, an interview with Trent Steelman, and we'll talk with a West Point grad now heavily involved in USAA, and they are so heavily involved in our broadcast here today, so we're looking forward to that. And the Cadets putting on a show as their team up by 10, but Air Force with 79 seconds remaining in the half, trying to drive and chip away at a 10-point deficit. Strickland, the motion man, watch out for him, gets into space, they're going to him, and can he make it? No. Fusler Jeffries on the coverage, as Strickland had to adjust there on a tough play he would have had to make.
Yeah, Bobby Coe was all over Connor Dietz, and Dietz has not been sacked so far this year, but that play was about to be his first one of the season if he doesn't lob that thing out at the very last second. That is just sticking to it and going to the very last second for Bobby Coe.
3rd and 7. Movement all over the Air Force line on the right side.
Everybody but the center.
Exactly.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Drew Kerber, the one they got, but they could have got, as you said, any 4 of them.
Yeah, see, it was all 4, other than the starting center, Jordan Eason, absolute statue, staying still in the middle.
Yeah, and the 3rd guy they've had play center this season. They've had some injury issues, and he was the disciplined guy there. Here's Dietz down the middle. They love that play, and the catch is made. It's MacArthur that made the catch there on Trimble.
Yeah, MacArthur is also hobbled, he's had a little injury, but is coming back today and runs this little in, just a slant.
And here's an interception! Jeffrey Bacon, he takes it away from Dietz. He went close to 80 passes without throwing 1, and he's thrown 2 in the first half as Bacon sets him up.
As they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's trying to run the same slant pass, and Bacon is sitting right there underneath, right where Connor Dietz wants to fit that one in.
He came into this game, did Dietz, with a 76 pass streak with no interceptions. And Fusler Jeffries, as we mentioned, had the one earlier when we had the power outage. And look at the play. He's going to the air. Trenton Turrentine inside the pass from Steelman.
Number 6, Jeffrey Bacon, the linebacker on defense, gets the pick. Number 6, Turrentine, the running back, gets the first reception right after. Big play down the field, 24 yards.
Knocking on the door of the red zone again are the Black Knights. 51 seconds remaining in the half. Steelman wants to throw again. Does. He's got Patrick Laird. Laird second on their club in receptions. Chris Miller made the stop. And
Army takes his third and final time out of the half. Please set the clock to 44 seconds. 30 seconds in length.
Wanted to mention, too, that when we had the power failure, there was a huge play, and I was looking to see if Christian Spears was on the field, and he's back out there because he got rocked pretty hard.
Yeah, Raymond Maples made a cut back. Spears was right there, and Maples put his head right under Spears' chin and knocked him out for a couple plays, I'm sorry.
Well, while we've got an opportunity, I want to let you know about this week's Conoco Mountain West Athlete of the Week, and comes courtesy of Fresno State. Their quarterback, Derek Carr, with, well, that's a nice day in fantasy football. It's an even better day for his team.
And when you're a family like that, his brother David Carr, top pick for the Houston Texans years ago, their first year as a franchise, being a quarterback kind of runs in that family.
He really does. Great genes. Steelman now is 4 of 5 through the air, Randy, for 100 yards. As he keeps it on the ground here, gets it inside the 15 down to about the 14 with a little over a half a minute remaining in the first half.
Yeah, so far Trent Stillman's kind of out Connor Dietz. He's been accurate. He's delivered the ball just perfectly.
Here he gets wrapped up, tried to get away, and a good job on that defensive front as they got a lot of help in there from Hansen, who's a young man they love. He has been outstanding for them. Now Army with the clock moving, trying to tack on the point after, or the field goal attempt from Grachowski from 36 yards away, and he gets his third field goal attempt of the day to go through. He's now 2 for 3, and he gives Army a 20-7 lead.
Well, that was something. That was a very nice execution job. Coach Ellison and his staff should be very proud of getting a team on the field that fast to be able to kick that field goal. A lot of composure. Air Force gets a really nice rush coming off their left side, but just can't quite get there.
So Trent Steelman in his final opportunity to try to help Army win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy for the first time since '96. His team is up 13 at half. And Connor Dietz and Air Force, as Randy mentioned, the last couple of games. Of course, Dietz wasn't the guy in those games, but this Air Force team has come back strong in both the 10 and 11 meetings in the second half.
They are a team that they don't panic, kind of like we talked about with their passing game. They may make a mistake here and there. They've thrown 2 interceptions. Does that mean they're not going to throw anymore? I highly doubt it. Troy Calhoun is a guy that sticks to his guns.
Eric Osteen has it teed up. There's Dante Strickland. This kid can fly back there. They haven't let him get one yet. And Osteen's been very strong all year on the kickoffs. So he moved it up to the 35-yard line this season. Strickland, well, he's going to try to bring this one out. Should be the final play of the first half. He's popped the ball too loose, and Army's got it. But there's not going to be any time remaining on the clock. An alert play by Alex Meyer, who came up with a football in there for Army.
That's the end of the half.
We've reached halftime. Air Force will get it to start the second half. Verizon halftime report coming up next from West Point.
This is a great chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Whoa, what's going on there?
I just got my mind blown.
Because it's so good?
So good. Yeah, I like to make note of every time my mind's been blown. This is number 53.
Nice.
First was being born.
That makes sense,
2,
obviously.
my first hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Every other time it's been here, it's on.
Yeah, I know, man. It is such a good sandwich.
Woo! 54.
The Asiago Caesar Chicken Sandwich, part of our all-new premium chicken lineup, and try it with our creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Rated M for mature.
The time is now at hand, which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. Assassin's Creed 3.
Get 4 exclusive Assassin's Creed 3 missions only on PlayStation 3.
PlayStation.
This is a key. It's a family tree. It's a pair of wings. It's a secret handshake. And a ticket to anywhere in the world. It's more than a uniform. It's the door to a world most people only dream of. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Try it on at GoArmy.com.
What's the best way to transform your next gathering or event? T-shirts! That's right, T-shirts. Custom-made T-shirts that you design online with Custom Ink. With Custom Ink T-shirts, your group becomes a team.
Thanks, Custom Ink!
And designing your own shirts is easy with Custom Ink's online design lab. Just choose a style, then pick out a color or change a color. Custom Ink has hundreds of different fonts and the web's best collection of high-quality artwork. You can even upload your own artwork, and we'll personally take it from concept to custom shirts that look great.
Thanks, Custom Ink!
At Custom Ink, we've helped create over 30 million custom T-shirts. So visit trycustomink.com today and start your own free T-shirt design. Order one shirt or thousands. On-time delivery is guaranteed, and we'll even ship your order absolutely free. So go to trycustomink.com and be the hero at your next gathering or event with Custom Ink.
Did you or a loved one suffer a blood clot or stroke while taking the birth control drug Yasmin, or Acela? According to the FDA, some scientific studies show Yaz has a 3-fold increase in the risk of blood clots. Birth control hormones can cause clots in the legs, lungs, and other areas of the body. Some blood clots can be fatal. You may have a legal claim.
Call toll-free 1-800-443-2513. For a free consultation, call 1-800-443-2513.
This is the Verizon Halftime Report on CBS Sports Network.
Well, the Corps of Cadets here at West Point very happy with the first half. Army on top at the half here as we welcome into the Verizon Halftime Report. It's 20-7 in favor of Army. Alongside College Football Hall of Famer, my name is Ben Holden. Randy Cross, certainly a lot that we missed in that second quarter, but we're back on track, folks. Again, we apologize for that. Your thoughts on the first half?
Well, Army started out a little sloppy, had about 41 yards of penalties in the first quarter with some big pass interference penalties. They didn't let that bother them. They had the passion. They had the execution. They held Air Force to 78 yards rushing in the first half while they got 165 themselves. I was very, very impressed, but let's all remember, Army's got one of these T-shirts before. They've had one of these 2-touchdown leads or so against this Air Force team. So it's a matter of finishing things off, I think, for Army.
Do want to mention, too, it was a region-wide power outage up here. Nevertheless, here's Trent Steelman. He's now at 40 career rushing touchdowns.
Oh, and look at the will and the want-to, because it was very well blocked. And then Air Force's defense adjusted, and right there, he got a wonderful block from his left guard, Frank Allen, and just slid in right behind that left guard.
I'm watching this Army defense. They've intercepted 2 passes. They haven't forced a lot of turnovers. To me, it's encouraging. They've forced turnovers. They've got some points off of those turnovers, too. We haven't seen that much from this team this year.
Yeah, you have to hit the reset button, though. They've got to go in that locker room, hit the reset button, and come out with the same intensity and the same execution.
Well, Trent Steelman has been very intense, and he's executed very well for his team here in this first half. And really, in his career, we had a chance to sit down yesterday and talk with Trent. Want to give you a sampling right now as we head to break what you'll hear from Trent Steelman on the other side of this break about his 4 years here at West Point.
I can just think back easily to my freshman year, going through that whole experience, being named the starter, and knowing what type of opportunity was set out in front of me, and knowing the things that we could accomplish as a team, as a program, and as an individual. And it's been fun. It's been so fun. It's been a fun-filled ride, and it's not over yet. Still got some big games ahead of us.
The Patriot League is the model that validates the balance between academics and athletics and reflects the phrase scholar athlete. The graduates of 8 of the nation's premier academic institutions serve as leaders in the corporate and academic world, provide leadership within their communities, and help the Patriot League rank among the national leaders in graduation rates. The Patriot League, today's scholar athletes, tomorrow's leaders. For information, visit the Patriot League website at www.patriotleague.com or www.twitter.com/patriotleague.
As a professional drifter, my results depend on numbers. And making all this add up is one product, Lucas Octane Booster. It delivers 3 times the boost and promotes a clean fuel burn that keeps my tires smoking through every turn, which even off the racetrack can be difficult not to do. Depend on Lucas Octane Booster.
Away is as much about getting there as it is being there. Away is where the days are packed with wonder, and the evenings are filled with familiar comforts. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
Is it a 20-minute shorter wash cycle? Or a 20-minute longer lap cycle? Is it 20% less time in here? Or 20% more time out here? Is it 20% more storage capacity? Or 20% more fun capacity? LG's innovative line of appliances let you fast forward to moments that matter. So, is it an appliance or something better?
Okay, guys, this kick is for the win. Labels out.
Here we go.
Wait, what? Our proximity to the field creates a parallel connection between the bottle and the ball.
The outward-facing label simulates a smoother contact surface for the kicker.
It's like magic, only real.
Really?
Yeah.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
And we welcome you back to the Verizon Halftime Report here at Mikey Stadium. Halftime here continuing on between Army and Air Force. Well, as we mentioned before the break, we had a chance to sit down, I did yesterday, with 4-year starter Trent Steelman, the Army quarterback. And the first thing we talked with Trent about was his growth and the change he's seen in his life since coming to West Point 4 years ago.
Just very blessed. Just having that opportunity that very few are going to get to experience, and just being able to make the most of it. You know, there's been so many ups and downs and over the course of my career here, and you know, I take them all in. I've been able to learn from the goods and the bads, and that's meant a lot to me. It's helped my growth as a leader. It's helped my growth as just an individual in general, and there's going to be a lot to carry over to that in my future and my life. I mean, it's been exponential growth. It's been unbelievable. Just thinking back to my freshman year, just unexperienced, just kind of had a little big head about myself, but just because almost I had to, being out there with all these upperclassmen and in a school where your rank and your grade means a lot more than it does at the regular school, because you have to be able to not only earn that on the field, but earn that in the classroom, and just comes with being experienced. So it's been challenging. It's been hard and to deal with so many different types of personalities, and just getting to know each and every one of the players, and you know, it's been a fun ride. Well, we find out at the end of November what our branch is going to be, but my first 2 choices were quartermaster and air defense artillery. So in a few short actually weeks, I'll find out what I'll be doing for the rest of my life. Quartermaster entails just pretty much logistics, so it has a lot to do with supply chain management and just being able to get supplies needed to where it needs to be. And so air defense artillery deals with being deployed to Kuwait and other borderlines that may present a nuclear threat, and so that's what I'll be doing.
Be hard for you to answer, but you know, last game, I know you've only got a couple games left here, and you're fully aware that clock is ticking. So, what can you tell us about that? Maybe just playing these last couple games here, and your feelings, your emotions.
It's gonna be hard to control. Just in terms of knowing my football career, it's a game that I've loved till the day I'll die. It's gonna be almost over, and but I got to make the most of it. You know, it's an opportunity, like I said, that I've been very blessed with having, and you know, it's not over. So I need to go out there and I need to just go have fun and enjoy these last few moments with my teammates.
At Honda, we know you. We know how you like to move at your own pace. We know how your ears seem to be connected to your feet. And how you don't always see everything coming. Introducing a car that starts with you. The more powerful, more responsive, all-new Honda Accord.
Let's say you want to get ahead in your career. How do you get from here to here? At University of Phoenix, we're moving career planning forward so you can start figuring that out sooner. In fact, by thinking about where you want your education to lead while you're still in school, you might find the best route leads somewhere you weren't even looking. Let's get to work.
Buy 5-Hour Energy Pink Lemonade, and you can help others along the way. A portion of every bottle that they sell goes to fight breast cancer, and I think that's swell. The more you take, the more they'll pay. So make them write a big check today. And if you're feeling a little slow, then 5-Hour Energy will help you go. So buy a bottle of pink lemonade, and you can help fight breast cancer today.
Suffering from allergy congestion? Allegra D decongests. Allegra D depressurizes so you can breathe. A fast, non-drowsy antihistamine plus a powerful decongestant for 24 hours of congestion-free breathing. Allegra D defense against allergy congestion.
Can a car be built around a state of mind? Announcing the all-new 2013 Malibu from Chevrolet. With a remarkable new interior featuring the available Chevrolet MyLink infotainment system. This is where sophisticated styling begins. And where it ends? That's up to you. It's here. The greatest Malibu ever.
These lights alert you to potential trouble. So do these. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
We welcome you back here on the Verizon Halftime Report this week, coming to you here from West Point. Randy Cross will rejoin me momentarily. My name is Ben Holden, joined now by Sean Manasco, who is the Chief Administrative Officer of USAA. How you feeling being back here on post at West Point, Sean?
Ben, it's great. It's always great to come back to my alma mater, and especially given the first half that we've had so far. Again, a lot of excitement.
You made your way up here from San Antonio today. No travel issues, but certainly a lot of us are thinking and what's happened in New York and the tri-state area, a lot going on there. But you guys, talk about your company and how you guys are involved, not only in the military side, but in the athletics and maybe the academic side.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Well, first, I would say on behalf of the 24,000 people at USAA, we just want to extend our thoughts and prayers to those that have been impacted by this Superstorm Sandy. And in fact, we began mobilizing in support of our members who are here locally, and we have over 500 people today deployed forward to be with our members in the time of need.
That's terrific. Talk a little bit about how USAA is positioned to help the families, and the military families specifically.
Well, as you may know, the company itself was founded by the military for the military, and we've been in existence over 90 years. And with that 90 years comes a lot of expertise and knowledge around the obstacles that our military families face every day in their pursuit of financial security. And so we really use that information and the knowledge to provide them great advice in the hopes that they can be better off.
Well, with your background, being a 1992 graduate here at West Point, and being now with USAA, so involved in Armed Forces football, and we're proud to say that here at CBS Sports Network. It's a perfect fit, right?
I can see no better fit, truthfully. It's always great to come back to my alma mater, but what's even greater than that is I have the ability to work for a company like USAA who's committed to serving military families. And for me, that's very important on a personal note. So it's exciting to be here. I would also say that it's exciting to have the sponsorship of Armed Forces football. We've been doing this now for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's these programs at the academies are so very important, and they need to flourish and thrive. And so, again, we're excited to be a part of it and excited about what the future holds.
Sean, thanks for stopping by. You got your West Point ring on proudly there.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Keep up the great work with USAA. Sean Manasco, our guest here. We'll come back with more of the third quarter coming up next.
This has been the Verizon Halftime Report, presented by America's largest 4G LTE network.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could combine the capability of a Pathfinder with the comfort of a sedan and create a next-gen SUV with best-in-class fuel economy of 26 miles per gallon highway and best-in-class passenger roominess? Yeah, that would be cool. Introducing the all-new Nissan Pathfinder. It's our most innovative Pathfinder ever. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, gotta be me.
Golden Corral's all-new, all-American carving station is open and people are talking.
We're talking whole roasted turkey, carved just for me.
It's like the pork steamship round came off a fancy buffet in Vegas.
I'm a big rib guy, and Golden Corral is officially my rib place.
The flavor combination of pork loin and rosemary,
perfect.
It's Golden Corral's all-American carvers, all incredibly delicious, all part of our endless dinner buffet, and all for one amazingly low price. Golden Corral, help yourself to happiness.
When it comes to the financial obstacles military families face, we understand. At USAA, we know military life is different. We've been there. That's why every bit of financial advice we offer is geared specifically to current and former military members and their families.
Dad!
Life brings obstacles. USAA brings advice. Call or visit us online. We're ready to help.
They gave me a great opportunity. I've learned a lot, and I've had a blast.
I worked on a PhD-level research project that will ultimately save lives.
I served as a public diplomat, teaching English in the Congo. It was awesome. I improved water quality and sanitation for villagers in Honduras.
I worked on a bionic foot for amputees at Walter Reed Medical Center.
I had an amazing experience in Nicaragua that you can't get in a classroom. I'm a leader.
I'm making a difference.
I'm a cadet at West Point.
They're here, the hottest new machines of 2013, just in time for the Polaris Holiday Sales Event. Get financing as low as 2.99% on all Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides, including the new 2013s. Plus, rebates up to $1,000 on select 2012s. Incredible deals on legendary Sportsman, powerful Rangers, and razor-sharp Razors. Financing as low as 2.99% and rebates up to $1,000 ends December 31st. Get all the details at Polaris.com.
Dietz of the Air Force offense trying to power it in. There's Cobb, and he dives in for the touchdown. And here's an interception. Jeffrey Bacon, he takes it away from Dietz. He went close to 80 passes without throwing one, and he's thrown two in the first half. Grochowski from 36 yards away, and he gets his third field goal attempt of the day to go through. He's now 2 for 3, and he gives Army a 20-7 lead. And that's where we stand. The third quarter just moments away here from Michie Stadium. Randy Cross, our first half stats. Those are brought to us, as always, by 5 Hour Energy. What stands out?
Well, two things. Army has rushed for considerably more than doubling up Air Force, and those 3 turnovers are very un-Connor Dietz in Air Force offense-like, but Army has taken full advantage of it.
And time now to take a look at the Geico difference makers so far in the contest. Quarterbacks leading the way.
really no real news flash that Trent Steelman is the guy you have to look at for Air Force. And on the other side, when you look at this for Army, when you look at Air Force, Connor Dietz has been the guy in play. He's passed for good yards, but he's had 2 interceptions, and they've really been the difference in this first half.
And those are our Geico difference makers. So Air Force will get the rock to start this third quarter as Osteen's got it teed up. Army trying to end a 6-game losing streak against Air Force. As Air Force will start from their own 25-yard line. And let's take a look back now at some plays from the first half. Our legal Zoom iVision.
Well, the iVision is going to have its eye on Trent Steelman. As we started this game off talking about the quarterbacks running, the triple option. First option, fullback isn't there. Second option, Trent Steelman makes that big cut back. The pursuit goes past him. He puts that hand down and gets in for the touchdown.
So Connor Dietz, who, as Randy mentioned, had the 2 interceptions. And in the second quarter, when we were without the power here on post at West Point, they ruled that he fumbled the ball. So you'd have to go back a long way to find out the last time he's had multiple turnovers. Randy, it's time to coach him up with Coach Cross.
Well, I'm not going to get too technical, especially when it comes to the Air Force side. My words of advice are pretty plain and simple. Just keep chopping away at what you're doing and keep the pressure on Army, because they've blown 2 touchdown leads against you in the past, most recently last year.
Coe just blew up the ball carrier, and it has been a rough day for Cody Getz, who got popped again.
Remember going to the half, what did we talk about? Army has to reset.
Yep.
Just go back like it's 0-0. And this is exactly the kind of defense during the power outage we had that Army started to play. They've reset, and it's carried right over into the third quarter.
Air Force 3 of 5 on third down up top there. They're very good. In fact, they lead the country in that department. Put some pressure in there as Drummond got in there in the face of Connor Dietz.
And I think if Chris Carnegie would have been playing a little bit closer attention, he might have had himself an interception there, because Connor Dietz, again, felt the pressure, had to get rid of it, and the closest receiver to that ball was an Army defender.
So the Black Knights defense stern in this opening possession here in the third quarter. Air Force does not punt often. They've only punted 15 times coming into the game, and this a short kick, but it'll get a decent bounce of another 4 or 5 yards. But Trent Steelman and the offense are going to have great field position on their first possession of the third quarter, leading 20-17.
The Mercedes-Benz winter event is back with the perfect vehicle that's just right for you, no matter which list you're on. Lease a 2013 C250 for $349 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Chances are you're not made of money, so don't overpay for boat insurance. Geico, see how much you could save.
The road is tough, your spirit's strong, driving one and on. Crochet of America, crochet barber song. America, you're looking good, handsome, free and tall. Crochet of America, crochet barber song, crochet barber song.
College football on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Icy Hot, America's #1 topical pain reliever. By MCOR, Bill. power, service, protect, and of course, support. And by PenFed, offering great rates on mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards. Visit PenFed.org.
Hudson River and the Hudson Valley. And it's Army on top 20-7. I misspoke there going to break, not 17. 20-7 is our score with Army coming on for their first field position here in this first drive. Very good for them to start here in the third quarter. Today's first down line being brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. And a big hole right up the middle for Maples, as Spears was the last one to get to him, but a first down for Army.
Definitely the execution edge is with the Army offense. Raymond Maples coming in short motion ends up being a straight dive play from the wing back spot. It's an excellent blocking inside, but better execution and weave by that backfield of Army.
Maples with a big first half, had a catch for 53 yards. Doing this thing on the ground as well. They plow right ahead. Down to about the 38-yard line. Dixon on the carry, and we showed you inside the Air Force room. Coach Cross inside the Army room.
Well, the number one thing would obviously be that reset, but close the deal. You've been here before. Close the deal. And defense, see the ball, catch the ball, rip the ball.
Chris Smealan telling us yesterday about his defense. It was all about the eyes and focusing and paying attention. Pass down low off the left hand of Raymond Maples there. A third down coming up.
Yeah, Trent Stillman never gets his feet set. You could really say he was leaning back when he threw it, and the ball ended up going straight into the ground.
Army 5 of 11 on third down. Look there at Nicholas. He was dinged up in the second quarter. Their leading tackler here, Steelman's going to keep it. Trent trying to get free. Wrapped up around the ankles as James Chambers got him there.
That's going to be close. It's right at the first down marker. They're probably going to measure this unless they just eyeball it and say he's got it. Now they're going to say it's about a football short. But it's well within that zone. Missed a 53-yarder earlier, or early in the second quarter.
They did. They went for it on 4th and 2 as well. Spears makes the tackle, but not before Steelman took it to the 30-yard line. A first down for the Black Knights.
Yeah, there aren't that many defensive backs drawing breath in the FBS that are going to take Trent Steelman one-on-one from a side angle and take him down and hold him from not getting that first down. He powered right through that tackle by Spears.
Army now 3 of 3 on 4th down after that Steelman run. And we heard from Trent. We sat down with him yesterday. He knows the games are precious. Talked about how important this one was, and of course, we know how important Navy is. It'll have more meaning if they can find a way to beat Air Force today, as that was Maples on the run down to about the 24. DeJulio made the stop.
Yeah, so far, part of that reset I was speaking of earlier also applies to the coaches.
Sure.
And Ian Shields and the offensive coaches upstairs, and he's done a masterful job so far today of keeping this Air Force defense on its heels and guessing.
Well, he's certainly done that to me every week. I'm hoping to see more passing, and Steelman had 100 yards in the first half, so he was keeping that one in the holster, but that's all right. Dixon with a carry. There's Ian. Always fun to visit with him, as we do on Fridays. And I want to remind you, folks, that Armed Forces football is proudly supported by Golden Corral.
So 3rd and 1 here, so probably a 2-down situation.
Steelman left side, and he's got the first down to move the chains again.
Wow, that was a lucky play. Dexter Walker came underneath Submarine and just got the ankles of Stillman. Otherwise, he's heading upfield looking for 6.
Army trying to add to a 13-point lead here. Steelman now with 40 career rushing touchdowns. Been a while since he'd found the end zone carrying the rock. Here's Turrentine. A couple of big plays out of him, and a big play by the Air Force defensive front there. Means in there. There's Alex. Haven't talked about him a whole lot, but he makes a big stop there.
I was just about to say we haven't talked much about Alex Means, but that was a good play, shutting down that side, and he summed this rivalry up pretty good. They're the second cousin twice removed that you don't like very much.
It's a shame he doesn't speak his mind more.
It's so true.
It is.
I mean, it's like I said earlier in the game, no one fights with more passion than family.
Yep. Here is Maples, that little counter play inside, and Chambers made the stop, the senior. And Means also said earlier in the week, he said, can't imagine losing to Army. We've never done it.
And there's been one region, and that's been right in here. Look at the inside of this run blocking for the Army offensive line. You get the misdirection working. You get your left tackle Bisgard up on the linebacker. You know, it's not that Air Force isn't used to attacking. I just think they look a little bit confused at what they're seeing.
Yeah, they do. Here's Dixon keeping his knee off the ground. He gets a first down, does Larry. A week ago here against Ball State, he only had 4 carries for 8 yards. He's dealt with a hamstring and a hip, and he looks pretty good here today. And I want to remind you folks, today's Red Zone is being brought to you by Verizon.
When I said close the deal earlier,
yep.
Field goals don't close the deal. Touchdowns, when you get in the red zone, that closes the deal.
Yep, good point. Under 9 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And Army in the red zone is 4 of 4 today. But, as Randy mentioned, they've got to have touchdowns to put it away. Dixon! Dixon there! Larry Dixon! Touchdown, Army! Right on cue, Randy. They powered in.
You know it's your day when a potential mishap in the backfield and a handoff almost happens. Steelman runs into runs into the fullback trying to make the handoff. And just as Larry Dixon comes to him, he shoves it in a little extra.
Grachowski tacks it on. It's a 20-point Army lead.
Watch 2 things. Watch the exchange, then look at that blocking. Wow, beautiful job by Ryan Powis, the center. 52, gets to the second level, and he's the difference between 6 points and maybe a field goal.
Seatbelts, headrests, and airbags help you survive a crash. But if you upgrade your headlights, you may even avoid one. See farther, wider, better. Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Get ready for an offer that's going to blow you away. Visa.com is the web's most trusted penny auction source, with discounts you have to see to believe. There are hundreds of brand new products every day, and they're delivered lightning fast right to your door. Laptops, tablets, gift cards, big screen TVs, and way more, all at blowout prices. Visa is happy to offer new users $100 off their first auction win. These are a few items that have recently been won for under $100. And because the price only moves up 1 penny at a time, you get incredible discounts like 85, 95, even 99% off retail. To make sure you're warmed up, Visa offers free bids to those who join, so you can try it now risk-free. See the code at the bottom of your screen? Enter it when you join to take advantage of this special offer. Shop smart, save more, have fun at Visa.com. That's BEEZID.com.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you're using CPAP therapy and are covered by Medicare, then qualify in minutes for the CPAP replacement supplies you need at no cost.
Let Eye on My Sleep help you enjoy the full benefit of your CPAP therapy by replacing your mask, cushion, filter, and tubing on a regular basis.
If you have Medicare or private insurance, call now to qualify for your CPAP replacement supplies at no cost. Plus, get free home delivery. Call Eye on My Sleep now at 1-800-449-6102. Together, we're healthier.
Well, we mentioned there's a lot of brass here on the sidelines, and Larry Dixon getting a little congratulations right there.
From General Raymond Ordierno, the Army Chief of Staff.
Well, we want to remind you folks, you can help the victims of disasters like Superstorm Sandy. You can text Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation to the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund. CBS Cares, folks. Last night they donated, CBS, the big network, donated $1 million to help the people along the eastern seaboard. On the ground, and this ball is going to bounce by John Lee. So it'll be a first down and 10 for Air Force when we come back. And on the other side, we'll talk to a Air Force great, Hall of Famer, Chad Hennings.
The passion, the pride, the perseverance, the commitment to get cash benefits directly to you when you can really use the money to help pay bills. Like when you're hurt.
Thanks! I needed that.
Aflac, an official partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Welcome to Bud Light Fantasy Football, where every bottle is a player.
My Bud Light threw for 4 TDs.
Draft players using codes on specially marked bottles of Bud Light.
Mine won the game with a 60-yard field goal.
Manage your team at budlight.com/FFL.
My Bud Light fumbled at the 3-yard line.
My Bud Light extended my winning streak.
When Bud Light is on your roster, every game is a win.
My Bud Light made him cry.
Bud Light Fantasy Football. Start building your team today.
This is a great chicken sandwich.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Wow. I just got my mind blown.
Because it's so good?
So good. Yeah, I like to make note of every time my mind's been blown. This is number 53.
Nice.
First was being born.
That makes sense,
2,
obviously.
my first hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Every other time it's been here, it's on.
Yeah, I know, man. It is such a good sandwich.
Woo! 54.
The Asiago Caesar Chicken Sandwich, part of our all-new premium chicken lineup. And try it with our creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Well, so much great history in this rivalry, and this guy right here won the 1987 Outland Trophy. He had 24 sacks that season. Chad Hennings was inducted into the Colorado Springs Sports Hall of Fame in 04, the College Football Hall of Fame in 06, and he's part of the Air Force Academy Hall of Fame. That was in 2007. He's done it all. He won 3 Super Bowls, and Chad Hennings has been kind enough to join us at his home in Dallas. Chad, welcome in. Thanks for this, and don't kill the messenger. You know the score and the situation, but your thoughts on the game so far, partner?
Ben, Randy, hey, it's great being with you guys. You know, typical Service Academy football game. Ground game, going to get out there, going to bloody your nose. And so far, you know, Air Force has been on the receiving end more than on the delivering end thus far. But, you know, there's a lot of football to be played. Hopefully my Falcons will come back and make it a better game. But it's been all Army thus far.
Because of all that emotion that is in these Service Academy games, Chad, you know, how important is that emotion when you start talking about making a comeback like this?
You know, football is an emotional game, but the thing about it is you have to sometimes go beyond emotion, get down to the discipline, the commitment, the execution, and not get frustrated. And I think this is a great training arena for our guys, you know, things that they're going to be expecting when they graduate and go on to active duty. This is what makes football such a great leadership laboratory, and these guys know it better than anybody.
Is that one of the key lessons these upperclassmen can hand down to the freshmen and sophomores doing this for the first time?
Most definitely. This is the type of stuff, the lessons that they're going to learn on the gridiron that they're going to take with them as leaders in the Air Force, whether that be and the Army, from a special operations standpoint, as a special operators to, you know, pilots flying our high-performance military aircraft.
John Lee on that carry. Bobby Comey, the tackle. Chad Hennings, our guest here for a few more minutes here on the phone from his home in Dallas. The former All-American at Air Force. Chad, 45 missions, I believe, is what you flew, man. What an amazing experience. What are your feelings now, looking back on your experience from the Air Force Academy? Now you've been removed for a few years.
It was the best decision I could have ever made for myself personally. The experiences that I had at the Air Force Academy, the experiences to, you know, play on a top-ranked football team like I did for the Falcons in the mid-'80s, and then go on and to take those experiences and to fly jets on active duty, as you mentioned, 45 missions into northern Iraq. So it was the best decision for me. And I look back and the relationships that I made with my teammates there, the guys that I flew jets with, the relationships that have so far lasted a lifetime.
How important was it to have an Air Force man and Troy Calhoun become the coach a few years back?
It's difficult to coach at a service academy because there are different expectations to win first and foremost, but there's so much. The cadet athlete is pulled in so many different directions that to have someone that has actually walked the walk and gone through it, has experienced it, is essential. And look, his success speaks for itself as far as his win-loss records and winning the last 2 years the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Troy's done a phenomenal job.
Chad, we got to take a quick break. We'd love to have you stick. We'll pick up our conversation on the other side right after this.
All right, everybody, get your heads up. Now, when I was in the military, I learned that if you stand together, you can stand up to anything. No matter where I was deployed, I always knew that somebody had my back. You boys are your own band of brothers. You have each other, just like I had Navy Federal Credit Union 24/7 live customer support. Let's go! Let's go!
4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. Away. Is the smell of salt in the air. It's the sound a seashell makes. Away is a place that's beyond your imagination, yet well within your means. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
4G LTE is the fastest. So, which superfast 4G LTE service would you choose based on this chart? Don't rush into it. I'm not looking for the fastest answer.
Obviously, Verizon.
Okay. I have a different chart. Going that way, does that make a difference?
Look, at Verizon is so much more than the other ones.
So what if we just change the format altogether?
Isn't that the exact same thing?
That's pretty clear.
Still sticking with Verizon.
Verizon. More 4G LTE coverage than all other networks combined.
Nearly halfway through the third quarter, and Chad Hennings has been kind enough to stick with us through our break. And Randy had asked you there, Chad, about Troy Calhoun, the guy we're seeing there. Want to get one more final thought from you on what it was like. You're watching this game now. You played in a bunch of them against Army in these Commander-in-Chief trophy games. What was it like for you?
You knew it was going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. It doesn't matter what the record of any team coming into it. Look at West Point or Army today, 1-7 coming in. Kind of down, you would think, but man, they're coming out executing almost flawlessly and really executing their game plan and taking it to Air Force. So these games, they're special. It's like brothers. They'll fight like cats and dogs, but anybody else come against us and Katie Barbadori, all hell's going to break loose. It's a great tradition, and I look back with fond memories of my time.
That's great. 29-yard pickup there for the guys going against your guys. Chad, we can't thank you enough. Continued success. We know you got the books and the speaking, and you do a lot of great things. Thanks for this. We appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Thank you, Chad.
You too. Go Falcons.
There you go. There's Chad Hennings, the Air Force great. Parlayed Air Force and flying into one heck of a professional career, too.
And even when you have a Chad Hennings, you can't keep giving the other guy the ball where Air Force keeps giving an Army team on a roll. It seems like every time they get it, they're somewhere around the 40-45-yard line on their own side, and it's a short field, and it may only necessitate 9-10 plays, but it's a lot of time off the clock.
Larry Dixon on that last carry, 3-yard gain. Dixon 15 rushes for 84. So the hammy and the hip flexor he'd been dealing with, not factoring into that so far, and he's greeted immediately inside the 20-yard line by Cody Miller, the senior 260-pounder. Great to be with you here from Mikey Stadium in West Point, New York. This matchup between Air Force and Army, along with Randy Cross, our cadet Ted Kostic, and Kyle Pelko down in the field. My name is Ben Holden. You can join the conversation on Twitter at AFA lowercase v Army. Love to hear from you on there. Army with a 20-point lead and going for another third down conversion. They're 7 of 14. Steelman. Open space there and pops it ahead for another first down. Great work by the captain as Nicholas made the stop.
You know, in rap, they call it freestyling. In comedy, they call it ad-libbing. And Trent Steelman in this triple option does a great job of doing a little bit of both, because you see Nicholas there, the middle linebacker, he's going in two different directions before he cuts back and gets a chance to get on Steelman.
I'll add one to it. In broadcasting, we call it freelancing, right?
There you go.
So they are in the red zone once again. A first down here for Steelman. Fakes to Dixon. Is he going to pitch? No, he's going to keep it. Drives his way inside the 5. They took him down at the 4, but Army's knocking on the door once again.
This is the best angle to appreciate the power with which the decisiveness comes through for Trent Steelman, because when he makes a decision, whether it's a handoff or a run, he just goes with it.
Steelman now with 84 yards on the ground. And he just moved past former Army Heisman winner Glenn Davis, all-time rushing yards. Here he is looking for the end zone. Won't get it this time. He was stood up in pretty good form and fashion there as Lindsey, the senior defensive back, got to him first.
And when you look at that list of, you know, that Glenn Davis is on now and he's 4th, keep in mind, Glenn Davis in those days, they were playing 8-9 games.
Yeah.
I mean, their undefeated season, their national championship year, the one year they were 9-0.
Pretty impressive, and there's a reason why that man has been on there in the position he's been for so long. Inside of 4 minutes to go in the third. Army not going to get in this time as Air Force stiffens in the middle there, and they keep the ball carrier Trenton Turrentine out of the end zone this time.
Yeah, it's still very, very worthwhile noting red zone possessions, closing the deal. It's got to be a touchdown. If you're Air Force and you can hold Army here to a field goal and only get out of here at 30-7, it's a great plus.
We came into the game 73% in that red zone department, but today very good, and right there once again. There's a pitch now. Here's Maples into the end zone. Maples finds the goal line and dives in, and Army's increased the lead to 33-7.
That was one-on-one with Stephon Batts, the safety from South Carolina. It was, I can get by you, you can't run over me, and I can get by you one, because Batts, he fired his gun and went after Raymond Maples, but it was almost a no-hitter.
Corps of Cadets showing their excitement as always, and they are going to go for 2 here and try to make it 35-7. So the Black Knights, Steelman's found the end zone as Dixon's found it, Maples has found it, and they fake the Larry. Steelman takes a shot, but he gets in for the 2-point conversion as Spears gave him a heck of a shot, but he couldn't stop him.
Boy, that right side, Steven Schumacher, Michael Kime, Ryan Powis at center, they powered through that defense. Trent Steelman made it look easy. Why did it look easy? Look at that blocking up front. That's dominating.
EMCOR is a company of doers. We build, power, service, and protect structures of every kind, impacting millions of lives. That's not all we do. We also support our troops. We send packages with a little bit of home to those far from home. EMCOR, build, power, service, protect, and support.
You sure you can fit in there?
A round view monitor with bird's eye view.
Nice work.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Pathfinder. It's our most innovative Pathfinder ever. Nissan, innovation that excites.
members first is who we are. Our member gives a huge part of their life to defend our country. And because those are the people that we serve, we have to put them first. It is because of who we serve that putting members first becomes the ethos of this organization.
All Army 35-7. Ted Kostic and Kyle Palko are guys on the field today. And guys, tell us the bright futures that some of these football players will have when they leave their academies.
Well, sir, Army's quarterback Trent Steelman is one of the branches he's hoping to get is air defense artillery. When people think of the Army, they think of troops right in the front line. Air defense artillery is a combat arms branch. So upon graduation, Trent Steelman could be right on the front lines in harm's way. Kyle, are there some of the players on your team that are looking to be pilots in the Air Force?
Air Force has 3 starters who want to be pilots: running back Wes Cobb, kicker Parker Harrington, and linebacker James Chambers. They're supposed to report to pilot training after graduation.
Great job, guys. We appreciate it. And that's you go into the pilot part of the Air Force, and it goes from 5 to 10 years, the commitment.
Well, and Chambers is a senior, just now getting a chance to start.
Yeah.
He's just pounded the rock and played special teams for 3 years. He's just now getting his chance.
It's great to see for them. And Air Force, pun intended, has been completely grounded to this point in this game. And Army, Randy, I don't think I've seen him play this inspired all year.
Yeah, they didn't play like this against Boston College. And if there's another power outage, you could probably light this entire academy off the emotion that these guys are grinding out.
Well, the largest margin of victory against this Falcon team for Army, 25 points back in the 1970s in 77. A lot of fight in this Air Force team, and their leader is their quarterback, Connor Dietz, on offense. They go 4 wide, single back, 7 yards deep, and that's Getz, and he has been smothered all day as Combs finished him off about the 12-yard line.
Well, the #1 wave was Bobby Coe and company. He came screaming across the line of scrimmage, and then Nate Combs is the guy that knocks him down. Here comes Combs. He's sitting back. You know, the reason he's sitting back like that, folks, you might wonder, that's his responsibility. That's in case something comes back to him.
Here's Dietz now, gave it off on that boundary side of the field. It was Cody Getz again. I'll tell you what, Bobby Coe, 99, he's been all over the football today, hasn't he?
Well, he's been in the Air Force backfield almost as much as Cody Getz and the running backs. I mean, he's playing everything on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
It was fun talking to him a couple of weeks ago. He lost his father last year. He plays with a picture of his dad in his thigh pads, in his pad pocket there. He plays with emotion, said he needs the game as Hendricks got crunched over the middle, and Trimble involved on the play there for Army. And Hendricks slow to get up.
Well, he caught a shoulder right in the midsection. That'll test your air supply.
Yes, it's one way to put it, right?
Right there, Bacon gave him that shoulder right on the ball, too, and the ball came loose, as did a little breath, no doubt.
Yeah. Trying to shake it off is the 6'6" sophomore out of Folsom, California. Another look.
Oof. Yeah, that's the kind of plays this Army defense has been making, that, you know, whether it's been penetrating or after the catch, you haven't seen a whole lot of that in some of the games they've played against some of these MAC opponents. But man, I tell you, against these academies, against this academy,
yes,
it's been a different Army football team.
It really has. Another look at it as Hendricks. You'll hear the crowd as he's on his feet now, and
so obviously got a little limp to him too.
100 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and Army will force another punting situation as David Baska, the junior's on.
And Army will get the ball in wonderful field position once again, even if Josh Jackson just fair catches.
Yeah, he's at the 40 right now. He's averaged 30 yards on his previous 3 punts. Late stages of this third quarter, it's all Army. Fair catch by Jackson around the 46, 47-yard line. And right now, here's the up-to-date situation, Randy Cross, on the Commander-in-Chief's trophy.
If this game stays the way it is, not like the Army-Navy game in Philadelphia needs much hype there for December 8th on CBS, but it'll get even bigger. I mean, if Army can play like this against Navy, it puts them right there. That's been the missing ingredient, has been this precision and this emotion.
Really has, and this team has showed up today. And they're 93 seconds away from ending this third quarter with a huge lead. Maples up the gut, churns his feet to the 45. Picked up about 7. Can join CBS Sports Network and USAA as we salute our veterans all week long.
God bless everyone that serves our country.
You bet. Couple hundred Air Force cadets. They're in the end zone to our right, the direction Army is moving. They usually travel a couple hundred for whether it's at Army or at Navy. They don't usually travel them for every game, but they do for this one because it's special, folks. Dixon got about a yard as he cannonballed his way in there to bring up a 3rd and short. Julio made the stop.
It's going to be 2 plays here. 3rd and about 2.
Yep.
They don't get it on this one. They'll go for it on 4th down to start more than likely the 4th quarter.
9 for 16 on 3rd down. Steelman's got room. Got the 1st down once again. Got it inside the 41-yard line. As Cody Miller made the tackle.
Now you're never in a hurry. Everything you do from the Army standpoint, you snap the ball at 2 seconds left. You do nothing fast. There's nothing fast-paced about anything you do. You eat as much clock as you can.
Well, Trent Steelman, you saw the 4 fingers in the air. They are 15 minutes away. This game's been a nightmare so far for Air Force, but it's been nothing but a dream for Army so far.
Scion has been helping people follow their dreams for nearly 10 years. If you've already started turning your passion into your profession, we can help you take it to the next level. Submit your business plan and other materials to our Motivate program. You could be set up with industry experts, a Scion, and $10,000 for your business. It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Learn more at scion.com/motivate. With a 5-star overall safety rating and Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan, the Scion TC is made to handle the streets.
Dentist allows only 1 mouthwash in our home. ACT.
ACT mouthwash for kids has maximum fluoride for up to 40% fewer cavities and stronger teeth.
And Mom says we get better checkups.
And she should know.
ACT. Stronger teeth and better checkups in every bottle.
Change is uncomfortable. Change is unsettling. For those who strive to constantly improve, change is necessary. After creating the bike that redefined training, what did we do? We changed it. Introducing the new 2012 Proform Tour de France, the bike that changes training forever. Train like a pro on the official training bike of the Tour de France. Change altitude. With 20% incline, 20% decline, you'll be ready no matter what the road throws at you. Change perspective. Ride anywhere, even the Tour. Choose from 24 pre-mat courses or draw your own. Change gears with new one-touch handlebar shifting, adjustable saddle, and a new advanced power meter. You'll always know your exact output. The new 2012 Proform Tour de France. Now that you're ready to change the way you train, call or go online today to get the newly advanced Proform TDF with 0 down plus free upgrade on rush shipping.
Attention parents and grandparents of young children. Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan. The grow-up plan gives your child $10,000 in whole life insurance protection now, then doubles automatically to $20,000 later at no extra cost. Free information will be sent to parents and grandparents who call now. Help give your child a head start for just pennies a day. Don't wait. Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-523-3104. Call now.
Doesn't take much to get the Corps Cadets fired up, but they are that and then some today. Their ball club leading 35-7 as we begin the fourth quarter. And Randy, that is one of the most powerful men in this country at this game.
If not in the world. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, and Raymond Ordiano, the chief of staff of the entire Army. So when the coaches talk about there's going to be a little brass on the sideline, well, there simply can't be more.
No, there
or
can't.
At least higher ranking.
No, not ranking-wise. Not at all. Here is Maples off the left side, takes it down to the 37. Chris Miller made the tackle. Raymond, the last couple times in here, Randy, he's been really slowed up. Seems more like himself today.
Yeah, he really does. He seems like he's hitting the holes, and they're having the defense has a little hesitation, which makes them seem even quicker.
Well, Army here on this drive early on in this fourth quarter, trying to beat Air Force for the first time since 2005. That was in the Springs in Colorado Springs.
From the Air Force perspective, it's been terrible field position.
Yep. Maples carried down to the 35. Alex Hansen, the outstanding freshman, made the stop. And Randy, we revisit the matchup and the keys you had earlier in the game.
The skill positions have been the key for Army, but the blocking up front also great. And there have been very few miscues. Turnovers were a strength for this Air Force defense, but man, they have not been able to get turnovers. But right now, Army's running game is trampling Air Force's defense, getting close to 400 yards rushing already.
Yep, they averaged coming in 383 per game, #1 in the country.
Well, they had 384 after 3 quarters.
Yeah. And Air Force 107 in the country, giving up 215. Steelman the carry is Nicholas, their leading tackler for Troy Calhoun's bunch. Made the stop. 4th down, 4th and 3 coming up now for Army. Nobody does it more or better. 3 for 3 on the 4th down conversions for Steelman and company today.
Been doing some great business behind Bisgard and Allen on that left side too.
Steelman gives it off. First guy through was Dixon. He didn't get it. Larry comes up a yard short as James Chambers, the 220-pound senior, made the stop. 2 minutes gone in the quarter, and Air Force gets the ball. While they talk things over, we'll take a quick timeout, come back and see if they can get it going.
Me and the guys walk into this place. Now, you would have thought from the name of it, it's going to be packed with sailors. So I immediately picked out the biggest guy in there, and I walked straight up to him. Now, he looks me square in the eye, and I swear he says, "Welcome to Navy Federal Credit Union." Whoa, friendly alert. I got a great auto rate out of that guy. Now I have a wonderful hybrid, slate blue, cream interior. He was so nice.
4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union.
This is a great chicken sandwich.
Whoa, yeah, it is.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Wow. I just got my mind blown.
Because it's so good?
So good. Yeah, I like to make note of every time my mind's been blown. This is number 53.
Nice.
First was being born.
That makes sense,
2,
obviously.
my first hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Every other time it's been here, it's on.
Yeah, I know, man. It is such a good sandwich.
Woo! 54.
The Asiago Caesar Chicken Sandwich, part of our all-new premium chicken lineup. And try it with our creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
They're here, the hottest new machines of 2013, just in time for the Polaris Holiday Sales Event. Get financing as low as 2.99% on all Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides, including the new 2013s. Plus, rebates up to $1,000 on select 2012s. Incredible deals on legendary Sportsman, powerful Rangers, and razor-sharp razors. Financing as low as 2.99% and rebates up to $1,000 ends December 31st. Get all the details at Polaris.com.
Well, the Falcon travels to each and every game, and our guys down on the field, Ted Kostic, our Cadet sideline reporter, and Kyle Palko from Air Force with more on that. Guys?
Kyle, what can you tell us about these birds here? Well, the Falcons are the only live performing mascots in the NCAA. They were chosen by the first graduating class for their speed and finesse, representative of that of the U.S. Air Force. On the we have Aurora, who's the white falcon, Ace, who's the silver one, and then a little one, a pygmy falcon on the left.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Always fun to see them. Little trickery now as Strickland's got it. He's going to run out of room. As Army got him, Glover tracked him down in the backfield and dropped him.
And that play was made possible because of the pursuit by Jeffrey Bacon, frustrating Troy Calhoun's trickeration. You see the success in the first drive. And since then, it's been a different Army defense, frustrating and thwarting this offense. Bacon turning that play back inside of the D-line.
An offense that averages .480 a game, and they're at $166 to this point. Dietz to the air as Jackson was over there, and they're going to give a catch there. They're saying that is a catch, and Air Force comes up with a big catch. It's Chris Jordan.
This is a wonderful angle. Does the ball hit the ground, or is it under the hands? Man, I'm not sure if those hands weren't under it the whole time. Setting up 3rd and 7.
From the 36, Dietz to the air. Coleman's got it, and 3 Black Knights there, and he's going to be shy of the first down as Jackson was the first one to get him.
Man, they really closed on the ball just as the ball arrived, and that was a case of a very accurate throw by Connor Dietz, getting really nice protection, and then the defense for Army led by Jackson closing and not allowing any more yards.
Crowd into it. 4th and a yard coming up, Air Force. MacArthur, the motion man. Is he going to get it? Nope. Dietz is going to keep. He's got it. He was tackled, taken down by Trimble. Justin Trimble made the tackle, but Dietz picks it up to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, that would have been the nail in the coffin if you were to not make it on 4th down and give up the ball on your own 41, 42-yard line.
Connor Dietz and the Falcon seniors never have lost to Army. Perfect 3-0. Here he goes down the seam. Got a man out there, stumbling though, and unable to get to that football was their big tight end. That's Marcus Hendricks, as Alex Meyer was down there with him.
Hey, he slowed up when the ball got into the air. If he just stayed full speed, I think Connor Dietz threw just the perfect type of ball. But again, you're talking about, receivers that are used to seeing the ball in the air in practice. But
yeah,
you're not a team that throws it 30, 40 times a game. Dietz right now is 7 of 13 for 93 yards and 2 interceptions. Very unlike Air Force passing.
Injured player. We'll check on it when we come back.
With a 5-star overall safety rating and Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan, the Scion TC is made to handle the streets.
You got DirecTV and Prime Rib, but you don't have NFL Sunday Ticket?
Yeah, what's the deal, man? But I like this Tapenade.
I want to get the ticket, but I just can't swing it.
This year, I'm going to blow your mind with the deal you deserve. It's on. You're looking at every game, every Sunday, at the lowest price in almost a decade.
Hard to beat that.
Thanks. Come on, Peyton.
Pretty tasty. Nothing like Tapenade in football. together.
Don't miss another game this season. Upgrade to NFL Sunday Ticket, only with DirecTV.
I'm a non-attorney spokesperson. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer, one of many linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in mills, shipyards, or in the heating, construction, and automotive industries may have put you at risk. Secondhand exposure to people close to you may have also resulted in mesothelioma or another asbestos-related cancer. Please don't wait.
Call 1-800-537-5443. That's 1-800-537-5443.
Time now here early in this fourth quarter for our MCOR View of the Core, brought to you by MCOR. And we're fired up inside of there, and Army's defense has been fired up all day. And these two teams, of course, came in #1 and #2 in the FBS in rushing, Randy, and there is what the two have done today so far.
Yeah, 84 yards rushing. They actually have more yards passing, 9 yards more passing than they do running.
2nd and 10 now from the 43-yard line. 3 running backs. Now they shift behind Dietz. Hands off to the last guy, John Lee. Bacon was the first to get to him. Army's defense continues to buzz around that football. Coe was in there to help out as well, and Zach Watt's in there also.
It's the closest thing we've seen to the Air Force's full house backfield, where they basically stack 3 running backs and an eye that the Army coaches told us they had a little problem with. The players had a problem keeping their eyes right against that formation last year.
Different look here. Now they bring the motion man Coleman way outside. Dietz fakes to the first guy, wants to throw, fires, and through the hands of the intended target, John Lee.
Bobby Coe again on Connor Dietz.
His motor's going.
I mean, here's Coe down here. His destination's about right here. Watch him run right through Connor Dietz. He deals with the double team and then gets himself a little whack on a quarterback. That's more than persistence. That just, he wouldn't be denied.
Played that way all day, has Bobby. Army's 1 for 2 on 4th down. They need 9.
Air Force wants a timeout to talk about this 4th down.
Air Force takes his first timeout of the half.
We'll step aside and take one as well. We'll be right back.
MCOR is a company of doers. We build, power, service, and protect structures of every kind, impacting millions of lives. That's not all we do. We also support our troops. We send packages with a little bit of home to those far from home. MCOR, build, power, service, protect, and support.
Away is as much about getting there as it is being there. Away is where the days are packed with wonder, and the evenings are filled with familiar comforts. Find your away. For a dealer in the RV that's right for you, visit GoRVing.com.
Putting members first is who we are. Our member gives a huge part of their life to defend our country. And because those are the people that we serve, we have to put them first. It is because of who we serve that putting members first becomes the ethos of this organization.
Well, today's the 47th meeting between these two. Back in '59, the first game at Yankee Stadium, a 13-all tie. Air Force missed a 31-yard field goal attempt on a muddy and sloppy field in the game's final minute before 67,000. Previous year, Army was undefeated, #3 in the nation. That was Red Blake's final year. Air Force then, Randy, just in its 5th year, and man, have they turned things around.
I don't know what dated that clip more, the black and white or the straight-on kicker.
I'd say both.
Army again was huge favorites in that game when Air Force came in and tied them.
Not today. Here's a pass down the middle, and it's caught by Coleman. He leads him a touchdown receptions, and he to the pylon. They're going to say he's out at the 1.
Right about the half-yard line.
55 yards.
Gets ridden out of bounds, and Connor Dietz just floated that thing in perfectly. I mean, I'm talking about dropping it right in over the top of Drew Coleman.
The runner was down short of
See,
the goal
there's the
line.
ball. There's the knee short of the goal. There's the ball short of the goal. And that's a wonderful job by the official right there on the scene, spotting that ball.
Drew Coleman. Cedar Park, Texas can't get in, and there's Bobby Coe again, creating havoc on that defensive front for Army.
Well, you create havoc as a D lineman when you rule inside, on the other side of the line of scrimmage for your defense, and Coleman just runs straight by Jackson at corner. I mean, right by him.
Team best 3 touchdown receptions coming in. Penalty.
False start. Offense. Number 62. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that backs them up 5, and at 9 minutes and 38 seconds, the clock moving here, and Air Force down a bunch, 35-7. Trying to chip away at it. From the 7. Dietz thought about it, pressure coming, gets away, breaks a tackle, and Glover finished him off at the 4-yard line. Coe also in there.
Bobby Coe had him about the 9-yard line for a big loss. They were running a quarterback draw. Bobby Coe coming from the inside, 99. He isn't buying it. It's a quarterback draw. He sniffs it out. Doesn't quite get it, but he's the reason that was able to be tackled.
3rd and 4. They're going to try Lee. He's going to make his way into the end zone as he powers through Combs there. Too much speed, and John Lee takes it in. And the Air Force cadets enjoying that. It's now 35-13.
Got 8:52 left now. You're talking about a 21-point ball game after this kick. Now your long drive tendencies will eat into your clock and start playing against you for Air Force. For Army, simple. You get it. You don't have to score, but just hold on to it for a while.
Harrington continues his string of point afters. 56 in a row he's made. Air Force trying to mount a comeback. They're down 35-14.
Scion has been helping people follow their dreams for nearly 10 years. If you've already started turning your passion into your profession, we can help you take it to the next level. Submit your business plan and other materials to our Motivate program. You could be set up with industry experts, a Scion, and $10,000 for your business. It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Learn more at scion.com/motivate. With a 5-star overall safety rating and Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan, the Scion TC is made to handle the streets.
Golden Corral's all-new, all-American carving station is open and people are talking.
We're talking whole roasted turkey, carved just for me. It's like the pork steamship round came off a fancy buffet in Vegas.
I'm a big rib guy, and Golden Corral is officially my rib place.
The flavor combination of pork loin and rosemary, perfect.
It's Golden Corral's all-American carvers, all incredibly delicious, all part of our endless dinner buffet, and all for one amazingly low price. Golden Corral, help yourself to happiness.
Suffering from allergy congestion? Allegra D decongests. Allegra D depressurizes so you can breathe. A fast, non-drowsy antihistamine plus a powerful decongestant for 24 hours of congestion-free breathing. Allegra D, defense against allergy congestion.
A lot of joy inside the Corps of Cadets. Their team on top 35-14 here, and time now to take a look at one of our Armed Forces greatest legends presented by Penn Fed. None other, Randy, than 58 Heisman winner Pete Dawkins.
And I tell you, folks, you hear about what great individuals are produced by this academy here at West Point. And I've had the honor of meeting Pete Dawkins on a couple occasions. Could not be a classier, nicer guy. I mean, and he defines the term living legend when it comes to college football.
And just for the record, he's in fantastic shape. I mean, he's put together. And Air Force now is look inside the core.
Look at how that ball's laying flat on the ground. That's just custom made for a double bounce.
Yep. And Canada's going to try it from the 35. There it goes. And Air Force has got it. They've got it. They got it at the 46-yard line. It was Stefan Batts, one of their guys out there on the hands team, and that's why he's out there. They've got it.
Wow, that was just amazing execution by the Air Force kickoff team. They cleared the field in front of Batts. Well executed on the kick, but look at the blocks in front of Batts. There is no doubt 12 yards down the field, that's Air Force ball.
With a 5-star overall safety rating and Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan, the Scion TC is made to handle the streets.
Chances are you're not made of money, so don't overpay for boat insurance. Geico, see how much you could save.
Where can a marketing administrator be a watercraft engineer? Where can a doctor serve his community while also treating patients around the world? Where can a student stay in school while expanding his education beyond the classroom? In the U.S. Army Reserve, you'll find the strength to develop new skills and gain an edge to get ahead. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. Visit goarmy.com/reserve.
If you're one of over 50 million adults who suffer from a sore mouth, consider NuAx Sensitive. The soothing alcohol-free formula has maximum fluoride to rebuild enamel up to 2 times stronger. NuAx Sensitive. Strong teeth, fresh breath in a sensitive formula.
College football on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Navy Federal Credit Union. Open to the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the DoD, and their families. And by the U.S. Army. There's strong, then there's Army Strong. Learn more about the strength behind the uniform at goarmy.com.
Back here along the Hudson River and a busy day of college football. An exciting day coming up when we're done. Florida Atlantic at Navy, 3:30. Should be a good one there as Navy looks for another win. They're on fire. SMU at Central Florida at 7. And then it capped off Mountain West Showdown, San Diego State and Boise State, 10:30. Air Force, after recovering the onside kick, going for the home run. It's caught. And that is a dangerous guy we've been telling you about all day. Dante Strickland comes up with a big catch.
Usually Strickland is a threat to go right up the seam like he did last week, working in that football game, just help crack that thing open. 29 yards on this completion. Bobby Coe forced Connor Dietz back in on that short roll.
114 total yards a week ago, a couple of scores, a tough pitch to handle there as Brandon Fusler-Jeffries was basically standing there waiting for Getz to get it.
Richard Glover, the Army player, down on the field.
20-yard line. He's had a strong day. That whole front has had a strong day for Army, trying to hold them out.
They really have. Well, they're not used to fighting against guys their own size.
That's a good point.
They're usually giving up 80, 90 pounds, and there's a lot of equal footing when it comes to these two lines.
Yep, it's certainly not slanted on the other side like it normally is. No question about it. There's a look at it.
I mean, it's what, 3 pounds difference?
Yeah,
that's a pregame meal right there. that's no difference at all.
Navy, well, they got a little more beef down there in Annapolis.
Yeah, well, they've got their offensive line averages over 285 pounds, 286 pounds across the front. They have a 300-plus pound offensive guard. That's something you just don't see from the Air Force or the Army football teams.
No, and Glover getting a little assistance. Hopefully he's all right. You see Coe there going by him. He's had a terrific ball game, has Bobby. Army trying for their first win in this Commander-in-Chief Trophy battle in some 13 games. Trying to hold them off here. Coe and company ready to go. Second down and 11 coming up from the 25. Dietz, pump, look, pressure. Now Bacon has his sights on him. Bacon got to him. As Fusilier Jeffries helped out as well.
And very importantly, he got to him before he got out of bounds, so the clock will be wound. Keeps going. Yeah, down the field, there was nothing to go to. Little double move, and Josh Jackson had him covered fairly well. That's where you're lucky you're not playing against a quarterback that's got one of those laser arms.
Yeah.
Because he'll make you pay right there, right away. Connor Dietz, extremely accurate, but not a guy that's exactly going to burn the ball down the field.
3rd and 9. Air Force trying to keep it alive. Strickland's got it inside the 20, and he's taken down. At the 15, he's going to be a yard shy. He can scoot, but he doesn't fool the Army defense that time enough.
Well, there was a world of time at 7 minutes left in this football game. Less than a minute and a half since the last time Air Force scored on the clock.
4th and 1 now. Under 7 to go in the game. Army couldn't make the play. The backfield. Lee keeps it alive. Great escapability by Lee, and there's a Army player with his helmet off. That's Bacon, and he'll have to come off and sit out a play with a new rule change here in 2012.
Well, Lee kept this drive alive. One-man effort. Did not get very good blocking. Blocking actually got stuffed into the backfield by Coe and company, and Lee just wouldn't go down. 3 different blockers he broke.
Here is Dietz now. He's got room, got away from Watts. He's going to go wide. He's still on his feet. He's going to take it in for the Air Force touchdown. Connor Dietz. And it's 35-20 with 6:28 remaining in the game.
They give credit to Christian Gann, the sophomore wide receiver out of Parker, Colorado. He got a really nice block on the outside. Once he started running, once Connor Dietz started running, Gann saw the opportunity. He sealed that corner, and that's why the Air Force quarterback was able to score.
Well, he is a leader in every sense, and he leads them to within 15 as Harrington drills another one, and it's 35-21. There's a look at Dietz. Randy, I'm sure you know the story. A couple of years ago, he broke his hand on the 4th play he played in the game, and then he played over 80 plays with a broken hand. That's the kind of toughness this guy gives you.
Not too surprising from this leader, guy that won the state of Ohio as an option quarterback in the highest classification in Ohio.
Yeah.
That's been known to produce a few football players.
Just a few. High school football in that state is something special, and so is that young man there, is right back in this game is Air Force. Down to our guys, our cadets on the sideline, Ted Kostic and Kyle Palco.
It's going great. I tell you what, sir, the energy of the core cadets right here is awesome. They're screaming and cheering, and we are excited up and behind our team all the way. Kyle, how do you think your team's looking out there? Are you still behind them?
We're always behind them 100%. We're going to try to come back and win this one, but it'll be tough.
Guys, thanks. And I'm not shocked, Randy. How about you? Another onside kick? Why
I don't know. The way they execute onside kicks, I'd be ready to get a face full of helmet if I was on the up team on this onside kick. They proved last one they could do it.
Canada puts it into the ground. That one's handled by Army. And yeah, that was a face full of helmet. No question. Maples out there on the hands team makes the play.
Here comes that second bounce. It doesn't get to the second time it hits the field. Actually, you know, it hit the one time and then bounced high like that. If Maples wanted to, he could have fair caught that. New rule change this year in college football.
So Army with 6:27 to go in the game, and a 1st and 10 from the 47 of Air Force. And Army's been on the wrong side of this in recent weeks, but this is their game in terms of that today.
Well, they're up by 14 with 6 minutes to go. Far from over.
Far from over indeed, as Maples will pick up about 3 on that carry on the left side. And Raymond in the game today with a touchdown. 66 yards to go with. Make it 68 yards now, and Air Force takes a timeout. Cody Miller made the tackle, and certainly, Randy, we've talked about it since the outset of the game, the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. And Army, Rich Ellerson said earlier in the week, he said, hey, there's a little bit more on the table this week, and we've got an opportunity to...
Well, they know full well. I mean, it's about the Commander-in-Chief trophy, #1, and it's about playing Navy at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But first things first, you got to take on Troy Calhoun's Air Force Falcons, and so far they're looking really good. But you know, I'll say it again, 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go. That's an eternity in football. This is now starting to creep as a clock if you're an Army fan. And if you're an Air Force fan, this is a possession right here. You could turn this football game around, make it a 3-and-out. Game's turning in your direction.
Steelman kept it, trying to go on the left side as Cody Miller made the tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 5 coming up.
The 3rd and final timeout of the half. 30 seconds in land.
So you hear the ruling and what's going on from our referee, and Trent Steelman with 2 more rushing touchdowns today in this game, up to 40.
Yeah, we asked Trent Steelman yesterday when we talked to him, or you know, can you hear the ticking of the clock? Do you know it's getting down towards the last few games? And there's a guy that started since his freshman year, and he knows full well this is number 4 of 4 final starts, 4 final tries to play football.
Goes quick, and he was amazed at how quickly it goes. Most guys that do the 4-year route, it always goes pretty quick.
Well, you're looking at here, Trent Steelman in this offense is going to take the field. You know, it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
6, yep.
If you don't get a first down here, I think you punt. I don't think you go for it on 4th down. I think here you punt, you pooch it down, and try to pin Air Force down around the 10.
Army 10 for 18 on 3rd down. Steelman trying to get it to the 40, dive, stretches. It's going to be awful close. It's going to be close. Yeah, he's going to be short, Randy, by about a yard.
Yeah, he's out on the 38-yard line, needed to get to the 37, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
Rich Ellerson there with a pat to his quarterback saying, go out there and make it happen. They're going to go for it.
And Steelman's still on the field talking to his coach. Don't let the sneak beat you if you're Air Force.
Army and Air Force both 3 for 4 on 4th down in the game. Critical one here for the Black Knights. Steelman, there he goes. He's got it. He's still turning his body in there. He picked it up, and they keep the drive alive with 5:45 remaining now in the game.
So now you've gotten this first down, and Air Force has used all their timeouts. Now you go definitely into that mode I talked about a little while ago, that you're not in a hurry to do anything. You tell your team, I'm not snapping the ball till the clock's at 2.
Yep.
We might get up there and look like it, but I use all this play clock.
Yep. Just like they do here. Take a glance. Army on top, 14 points here. They'll run it all the way down. Right down to 2, as Randy said. They try the left side. Raymond Maples down to the 33-yard line. Chris Miller, who's had a bunch of tackles today in that secondary for Air Force, made the stop there.
And this is the time of a football game that being a power team and being an option team is an advantage, and that play clock is like oxygen.
Yeah.
For the team that's behind. They need more of it, but you're just choking it off, slowly but surely. There it is right there in the corner. That's the play clock. And they're not in a hurry to do anything until it gets down below 10.
Down to 5, and the snap coming. There it is. Steelman keeps. Ball security, another issue here inside the 30. A 3rd and about 4 coming up as Brian Lindsay stops Steelman there. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. Army hasn't beaten Air Force since '96 here. Beat them in '05 on the road.
Well, no coincidence then, I guess, that the CIC hasn't resided at West Point since that '96 season.
Since '96, last 2 years in Colorado Springs. Steelman's at an even 100 yards on 28 carries in the game. 3rd and 4 now from the 30. Trent's going to keep it, puts his head down. He's going to be shy of the first down by about 1.5 yards. Trent's dad here and his family said he had a pretty good contingent coming up today from down there in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
That is one proud papa. I'll tell you right now, to have a young man that come to this academy, but to distinguish himself the way Trent Steelman has, Bob Steelman has got to be busting with pride.
Absolutely, and watching his son here trying to get one in the win column in the Commander-in-Chief's trophy battle.
Now you call a timeout and you go ahead with a field goal.
Army takes their first timeout of the half. 30 seconds in land.
3:08 remaining while we got a chance. Randy, our Napa play of the game today comes courtesy of number 8.
Well, you want to talk about a trendsetter or a pace setter. That play by Trent Steelman, that fire, that enthusiasm, the execution is something that Rich Ellerson's football team was able to carry over into this entire game. We talked about closing the deal, and they have closed the deal off that big first half, up by 13. Now closing the game with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. They're still up by 14.
Word you used was reset, right?
Yeah, they reset well. They did. They did. They went right back at it.
That's the Air Force cadet section in their band. Army's 4 of 5 on 4th down. They're going to go for it and try to convert here, needing 2 from the 28. Leading by 14. Steelman, Maples, head into the linebacker, Nicholas. He didn't get it. He didn't get it. He's short. So Air Force still has life. They come up with a stop with 3:04 remaining in the ball game as Nicholas, their leading tackler, came through with a big play for him.
Well, Air Force now is in a position where they have to score quickly and they have to get another onside kick.
Yep.
They can't stop the clock. So everybody that handles the ball has to be cognizant. If you're near the sideline and Connor Dietz gets you the ball, get out of bounds.
First down line is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Air Force going to the air, down the middle. Coming over there was Strickland trying to get to that football for Air Force. And a good job stepping up in that secondary.
Holding
to negate it.
Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Holloway on the coverage, and there's the penalty to back Air Force up.
Yeah, I believe in the rodeo business they call it hog tying.
Little hog tying going on there.
Jason Kahns, the senior old lineman from Germantown, Wisconsin, had an Army defender around the neck just as he was getting to Connor Dietz.
So 1st and 20 from the 17. Ball gets away. Dietz into the end zone. Drummond's there, knocked it free, recovered. And Combs has got it. Nate Combs on it.
Touchdown Army. Nate Combs, nice hustle play, taking advantage of that bad snap. It almost looked like Connor Dietz took his eye off the snap temporarily. It didn't look like it was that far away. Yeah, it was definitely wide.
4 turnovers now for Air Force in this game. 2 fumbles, both in that end of the field.
2 interceptions by Connor Dietz.
Yep. Uncharacteristic, and it's blocked, and it's a live football. Army getting on the Air Force player that had the football, and Combs, one of their captains, He's a guy we visited with a couple of times. Randy, he's full of fire and emotion. He wanted to play last week, but he just couldn't go. And he wanted to wait for this game, and he comes up with a huge moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wide snap, wide rights for Connor Dietz. I was wrong. That was a bad snap. And Nate Combs gets right on top of it. And last week, when we were here for Ball State, how bad was it killing Nate Combs? You went to the class with him last week.
Yep, it was really killing him. He really wanted to play it. He said, you know what, I'll be ready no matter what next week. And he comes up, played a strong game. Their defense, haven't seen him play. I haven't seen him play better all year.
No, not like this. It hasn't been close. Rich Ellerson, you know, the entire staff, offense and defense, has had him ready to go. And we talk about the turnovers. Air Force has suffered 16 points off their turnovers. Army's got a touchdown and 3 field goals off their turnovers.
Back to a 20-point deficit for the Air Force Falcons. Nate Combs with 6 tackles and the touchdown. He's still telling everyone on the sideline how it happened.
How he did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll never get old. He'll be talking about that at their 35th reunion.
Yep. Moments in these games are so special for these cadets on both sides. The academies, the military branches. .250 remaining in the ball game. Osteen to kick it away, and he'll just keep it on the ground to try to avoid any big return from Strickland and company back there as the Black Knights get to the return man, one of the up men around the 33. Big game coming up in Annapolis when we're done. Florida Atlantic taking on the Mids, SMU and UCF tonight at 7, and San Diego State and Boise State to close things out at 10:30 Eastern time out there in Idaho.
You talked about how different this defense has looked for Army today against Air Force. And if you want a blueprint about what you need to do on December 8th against Navy, if you're Army, see this tape, see this game plan, see this emotion.
Dietz is onto the game. Strickland makes the catch, and Cale Pearson, the 5'9" quarterback in there out of Oklahoma, completes the pass to Dante Strickland. And Pearson hasn't played much, but he's had some big moments. He was a man that came in late in that Wyoming game a few weeks ago and helped them win. Dietz was knocked out of that game. Later returned. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the game. Pearson gets away. A little sidestep there. Combs over to help out on the tackle among others, as Carnegie was in there as well.
One of your prime missions defensively now, if you're Army, everything that happens, if you can help it, it happens inside the numbers, nowhere near the sideline. Don't give them a chance to stop the clock. Try to end this game as quickly as you possibly can.
Pearson to the air, knocked away, intended for Hendricks as Fusilier Jeffries was on the coverage.
Now there's a young freshman player, Fusilier Jeffries, that we've watched almost mature and grow before our eyes, Ben. It seems like every week he's doing something else a little bit more special and really starting to learn his position.
Out of the shotgun. MacArthur, haven't called his name a whole lot in this game, forced out of bounds by Holloway. Ty MacArthur, you mentioned it earlier, he's had a little bit of an ankle injury.
Well, there's a lot of defenders that will get quite a few pats on the back around the academy this week. But, you know, if I'm a cadet, the guy that I would go back for a double tap on might be Bobby Coe.
Yeah.
The way he's led this front 7, this front 4 in the backfield the whole game.
He has played very well. He didn't play football for the better part of 2 years. Watson on that tackle. Zach, number 40, flying in there. Bacon helped out as well. Another big day for Jeffrey on the tackling end of things. You always talk about it. He and Nate Combs are the guys so critical to that defense, and they have really both played exceptional today.
Yeah, Combs and Bacon tied at the hip.
Yep.
You know, Bacon has to be there to pursue and be over the top and be where Combs is kind of scattering them.
Zach, along with Trent Steelman and Jarrett Mackey, their captains. Pearson in trouble, steps up, ball tipped up into the air, and it'll deflect into the Air Force sidelines with 1:16 remaining and second down coming up. There's Connor Dietz, finish his career against Army at 3-1. Again from the shotgun, pass out of the reach for Coleman, third down coming up. Air Force still, you look at their season, yeah, they're not going to win the CIC, but they're at 5 wins. They're going to be 5-4. I think it's still got a shot at a bowl game.
Yeah, they do. You know, they've got 3 games left, 2 of which are against pretty good football teams. You know, the Mountain West has 5 teams right now that are bowl eligible, or would have had 5, I think, if the Air Force would have won this game.
Yeah.
But they've got a winnable game in there, and I think 6 is a pretty reasonable, maybe 7 wins for the season for Troy Calhoun's football team.
Jordan made that catch, and of course Army eliminated last week from bowl contention. Here's their season recap, kind of a thumbnail, as you say, Randy, so far to this point. But Army, we've talked about it all day. They can salvage everything if they can beat Navy and win the Commander-in-Chief's trophy December the 8th in Philly.
And if you maybe haven't seen much college football, this is all you really need to know, is seeing a game like this is what a place emotion has in not only college football in general, but this Commander-in-Chief standings. Now Navy and Army are going to meet December 8th for everything when it comes to the Academy.
It's pretty neat. That game is already so special in so many ways, and it's been an awful long time since Trimble's slow to get up. He had concussion issues a couple of weeks ago. They'll tend to him, and we hope he's just got the wind knocked out of him. But the game will have even more meaning, playing for that piece of hardware and that trip to the White House.
One more time, you see Trimble come up over the top. Usually bears watching exactly what happened here. But as far as contrast between college football and professional football can be so much more sort of analytical, and you can break it down by numbers, and you can clearly see an advantage. This game Coach Ellerson's team has played today gives you all the information you need to know about how much heart and what goes on in between the ears of these young men, how much that has to do. It's not about physical, it's about emotion. It's about just almost like high school football still. How much on any given day somebody can take another big guy out.
Nice job there by Combs as he got the quarterback Pearson there. Got him with the right hand on the right leg there to knock him down. 25 seconds remaining in the game. Only thing in question is the final score as the catch is made. Holloway, another tackle over there, and it was caught on that far sideline by Colton Huntsman. Of course, we remind you to stay with us. We'll have the alma maters from both of these academies here. Part of the great tradition of academy football. Pearson on the ground, he's dropped. And that's some good work inside by Army, staying with it. And that may very well be the final play, although they're lining up.
They'll get one more off.
And they'll spike it. Now they'll get another one on top of that with 5 seconds remaining. So trying to stick another one in the end zone are the Falcons, trailing 41-21. Rich Ellerson, this will be his first victory in the CIC, the Commander-in-Chief's competition. All for his previous 6. To the end zone, intercepted! Intercepted by Combs. He'll just fall to the turf. And the ball game is over. Army's alive in the Commander-in-Chief's trophy competition as they'll square off with Navy December the 8th to play for it And the Corps of Cadets streaming onto the field around their football team here at Michie Stadium.
Yeah, how big a part does heart and emotion play? Just look down about the 45-yard line and tell me heart and emotion and just love for the guy lining up next to you don't have a huge part of what goes on here in college football.
What a sight. Two teams congratulating one another. Combs coming back with a couple of interceptions. Big day in terms of tackling. The alma mater coming up. We'll hear that. And it's the first home victory for Army against Air Force here at Michie Stadium since 1996. And the Air Force team down in front of their band and the 200 or so cadets they brought, as their alma mater will go first. And Army will be there to salute them. The Air Force alma mater, and now the Black Knights, yeah, they beat Air Force today, all right. Beat them by 20 points. And I'd say a third of the Corps of Cadets is on the field. What a sight that is. And they're going to go down and help their football team. In these academy rivalries, you always want to sing second. Means you won. And Army's done it. They won the ball game by 20 here today. Now the Army alma mater. Randy, that really means something now after the win today.
Yeah, it really does. And they'll have 3 weeks off after their last game between Temple here at home and then when they have to take on Army on December 8th. They will be healthy, and they'll be at, for their sake, I hope they're at this emotional peak.
This was a lot of fun, folks. Special thanks to all of our crew. They've all endured so much this past week with a hurricane, and a great job by them and all the folks here at Army. Randy, this was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, partner. Once again, our final score, Army 41, Air Force 21. For Randy Cross, Ted Kostic, all of our CBS Sports Network crew, Ben Holden saying so long from West Point. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's now join Grant Boone, Todd Christensen, and Sheehan Stanwyck Birch for the call of Florida Atlantic and Navy.
Hey, right now, don't think about getting number 6. Don't think about that. First and foremost, do your job. Do your job. Another thing, leave everything you got in the field, and I'll take the rest. Let's go, man. Ain't on 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Here come the midshipmen of Navy. They sail through the month of October with a perfect record. And now look for a 6th win on the season that would make them bowl eligible after just missing out last year. It's the Florida Atlantic Owls and the Navy midshipmen. Today's game being brought to you in high definition by LG. Oh, what a difference a month can make. 5 Saturdays ago here at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, the Mids lost 12-0 to San Jose State, but they've turned it around in large measure because of the play of their talented freshman Keenan Reynolds. Led the big rally against Air Force, a big blowout win on the road in his first start against Central Michigan. The rally against Indiana here a couple of weeks ago, and a big blowout victory last week at East Carolina. Hi, everyone. I'm Grant Boone, along with 5-time NFL